Welcome to the Cum Zone. Only cum inside Anime Girl.
Yeah. Yo, we're here. We're back.
We finally are shooting another one.
Yeah, I know. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. I wanted to
Life
do...
gets in the way. It happens.
Yeah, no shit. Wanted to do this before we, well, I went on vacation, but it was like, fuck. Just got busy, and then kids started school and had orientation, so it just, shit just got in the way, but... You know, no biggie, but we're here. Let me switch over to this. Hi, everybody can see us. Hi everybody. Yo. But, how are you doing, sir? How are you?
Dude, I am doing A-okay, as,
Nice.
I talked about before, just watching some football, so I'm
Oh,
glad
yeah.
football season's starting again.
That's right. You're getting
Makes
back
me
into
happy.
that. That's nice. Yeah, it's a
Yes,
good
sir.
distraction. It's good when you're kind of bored of
Yeah.
everything. It's like, all right, we got something else to deal with, to look forward to
Dude,
now.
it's great.
Nice.
Great. Even though these soft-ass players can't play in the rain, it's great.
Shit's raining. It's cold. It's rainy.
It's
I
so
don't-
cold.
Coach,
How
I
am I
don't-
going to catch a football? My
Coach, I-
gloves are wet.
Coach, I don't get paid enough for this shit, man. It's cold. My heel slippery.
Dak Prescott makes $40 million a year, and he can't play in the rain. I only make 18. That's not fair.
Shit. That's not funny. That's sorry. We're sorry. We're being not very nice to these NFL players that risk their bodies and
fuck 'em.
minds.
They make a ton of money. Their bodies should be at risk. Gladiators
no,
fought
no,
with
hold on.
nothing but for their own honor, and they died for it.
Oh shit. The
These
opinions
guys can't
of
fucking
that's amazing.
play in the rain, man.
I know, that's silly. That is kind of silly. It's like I'm all for like making sure that they're as safe as they possibly can be. Doing
Sure.
the scans and shit, CTE type stuff. I'm all for that. Like, but you know
Yeah.
what? You ask a lot of these guys, right? UFC guys and football guys, and they want to be there. That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
They love it. Yes,
They
the
want to
money.
be playing.
Yes.
Dude, are you kidding? You know how much fun it is to play in the mud and the rain?
Oh, dude,
Like,
that's what I mean.
so much fucking fun.
Is it like one of those things where they're like, it's kind of like the Tom Cruise effect, where it's like, we can't risk you, like
No, the league is just becoming a lot more soft, and we
Oh,
can
is
have a discussion
Oh,
about
sure.
like
Yeah.
NFL and changes and shit like
Of
that on
course.
a different podcast.
for sure,
but yeah,
or a different time.
it's
yeah.
really soft. Like
Yeah.
now we're like literally in the game that I was watching today, there was a legit penalty called for taunting because a player sacked a quarterback and he got up and was happy about it. Oh, nope, 15-yard penalty.
See-
Nope, fuck you. Not allowed to taunt. Like,
I've-
oh my god.
I know people. It's getting real, right? Like kind of like PC, and I'm surprised. Like that shit's kind of going away. Like the whole DEI type hard. Well, you can't be like this. You can't offend anybody. Like that shit's dying finally. But it is kind of strange that the NFL is kind of weird about like when you get a touchdown, you want to celebrate and shit. I know you can kind of do it now, but like
yeah, you
they're
can celebrate on touchdowns,
you can
I think,
celebrate on
but there's certain
touchdowns.
things they're just going to flag you for taunting now.
Yeah, it's like,
okay,
oh, dude, these guys are fired up and they love to fuck with each other. They want to get in each other's heads. A lot of these guys are friends too. You know what I mean? Even from
Yeah.
opposing teams. So they're just fucking with each other. They're shooting the shit. It's like, just don't be stupid about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's like, it's one thing if you're being, oh God, racist. You should hear the shit they probably say in the locker rooms. You know what I mean? They probably say anything and everything to each
Dude,
other.
At the beginning of this game, one of the best players on Philadelphia's team got ejected because, like, in the huddle,
Sure.
like he walked up to Dallas's huddle and spit in the face of the quarterback.
Holy shit. That's pretty
He literally walked up to
hardcore.
him and just spit at him in the face.
Don't
And
spit
they were
in
like,
my
"Get out of
face.
here,
Yeah,
fatty."
Don't spit in people's faces. That's pretty
You
fucked
can't
up.
do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. That's a little too far. You spit in my face. That's like cops
it's
could.
the
That's a
first
felony.
The game hadn't even started.
Yeah,
and he's
holy
like the
shit.
best defensive player they got. And he's like, I'm about to make these odds a little more even.
Oh yeah.
I'm just losing this game. Allow me to help.
Right, Vegas. Yeah, them Vegas odds, baby. Like, oh yeah, time to cash out. Hawk 2 will spit on that thing. Oh shit, but yeah, no, it doesn't have to necessarily be a different podcast, but we can always have little sports topics and shit. That'd be fun. I'm down
Sure.
for that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like I said, we talked about this off pod, but I'm stupid when it comes to sports. I'm very much the layman, the kind of I just watch it on the
Yeah, you
side.
just-
I'm a bandwagon
I mean,
guy.
like, That's really what I was for a while until maybe I was like 15 or 16. I just didn't really care about watching sports.
Sure.
And there's not a lot I do care about watching now, but football, man, just gives me a fucking
rage boner. Everyone loves football.
rock hard boner.
Football is like super. It's the number one sport. It's the most popular sport besides the WNBA.
No, dude. Oh my God. I don't know if it was a bid or not, but I saw an interview with Kevin Hart, like, he does the ice tub challenges or whatever, and he interviews somebody.
Sure.
He did the one, is it Angel Reese?
Yes,
the one
Angel
WNBA
Reese.
player that's fucking annoying and like everybody fucking hates her.
And everyone loves Caitlin Clark.
He fucking ripped into her and it was so fucking funny.
I need to see
this.
Oh
my God.
I need to see
I'll send it to you. But it literally, like, he's like, what's a player that you admire? And she's like, well, a lot of the people I admired I play against now. So that's, I don't want to. And he's like, what? You can't say a player you admire just because you play against him? And she's like, yeah, would you have a comedian that you admire? He's like, Dave Chappelle. Easy.
Duh.
And she's like, oh, well, you're different. You've proved that you're different. And he goes, well, no, I'm just not an asshole.
Oh, it's amazing. I love
and then
Kevin
she got
Hart.
upset, and he's like, "Oh, feelings? Oh, I'm sad." Like in her face. I'm pretty sure it was a bit, but if it wasn't, oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. It's like, like, of course you have people you look up to. So you're telling me, Angel Reese, you have no, like, men, women, whoever, basketball people you didn't look up to growing up that you aspired.
Well, no, she said she did, but they're people that she's playing against, so she can't say who it is. And it's like, what the fuck? Shut up.
And that's why everyone loves Caitlin Clark right now, because for one, she's just fucking better. She's just she's that good, and two, it's like she's like got humility and shit. Like she's saying kind of all the right things. She's a normal fucking human. She's a normal human being. She's a good person, and she's saying all the right things. Even too, when most people are like, "Be meaner." We wish you were meaner. You're like, fuck. But on the court, you can see her on the court. She's like, fuck you, bitch. Like you can see her. She's like, that's where you can like let loose. But when she's in interviews and stuff, she's like, oh, of course I understand that these people are very important and blah blah blah. And they hate her. They fucking hate her. It's like, why? She's your star player. She's bringing so much money and eyeballs to the league. But you know why? It's because she's white and she's straight. And it's like, that's so stupid and silly. Race and sexuality should have absolutely fucking nothing to do with it. She's just phenomenal basketball player. That's where it ends. It's got nothing to do with white, black. It's just nothing. It's silly. This league.
If you ever watch Angel Reese play, like I've obviously never watched an entire game of the WNBA because I'm alive. I still exist. But the me bounce. Fucking dude, the fucking and the traveling and the double dribbling she does. And then again, it takes like 7 layups for a basket to go in, and the announcers are just trying to make it entertaining. Where it's like, oh, she got another offensive rebound. Oh, and she got another one. And, oh, look at the footwork to get that one. Okay, she's moving pretty fast. And it goes in. All right, what a great effort by Angel Reese.
Thank God. Okay, I was running out of words. I didn't know what I was going to say next, man. What the fuck? Oh shit. I know, but you know what? People hear this, they're gonna go, those two racist white guys. They're racist. They just hate black people. They hate black people. That's all they do. That's what it is. It's instantly. If we talk about it, if you're a white man talking about the WNBA, you're sexist or you're racist. Instantly, you have no say, and it's like your own race won't support the fucking league. They won't go to buy tickets. The only reason it's blowing up right now and everyone's talking about it is because of Caitlin fucking Clark. She's that good. It's like, so you should just be like, hey, I can understand envy and jealousy. Of course. I would feel it if I'm like trying to do my best in any type of league and like someone comes along and they're just way better than you. Like we've all been there. It's like, damn, that person's just way better than me. And if you know how it feels, like, oh shit. But then at the end of the day, you kind of like you take some time to yourself and go, maybe I should pick this person's brain or learn from this person or have some sort of like rivalry. Like when I was going through school, like I met people and stuff that I was like, man, this person's just smarter than me in every way, and they're just better than me, blah blah blah. And you'd be jealous and envious at first, but then eventually I try to become friends with them, or at least friendly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just let go of the jealousy and envy. You feel that at first. It's like, okay, you feel it at first, but then you got to kind of let it go.
There's being competitive and then there's being envious. Yeah.
Sure.
It's just, you need to rein it in.
You got it. It's fine to be competitive. Oh my God. Jordan had so many competitive, and LeBron, you know what I mean? Like so many competitive heat, you know, like, and that's what's fun. Like in wrestling, like, oh, these two guys hate each other. And behind the scenes, they're probably like, yo, you know what I mean? And some dudes actually do hate each other. Like, absolutely. I think Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Like, I think she hates her fucking guts. But she hates her for the wrong reason. You know what I mean? Like, she hates her because she's better than her.
The attention's not on her.
Yes, exactly. So, but anyways, I know we're. This is our weapons podcast.
Welcome to the. Yeah, we want to talk about some weapons. We got distracted by sports stuff. If you like the sports stuff, comment down below.
Yeah, where's that? And your drops. We need that for our fucking drops, but. Yes.
Oh shit!
But yes, we are here. Do you remember when we? Go ahead.
What? Remember what?
When we went and seen weapons? Do you remember? Like, was it a month ago?
No, it was a while ago. This podcast is definitely it's late for us, and it's also kind of late for relevancy.
Who gives a shit?
Because I'm sure it's gonna be one of those things too. Like, oh, another podcast about weapons that came out a month ago.
Yeah, I know.
But dude, I mean, I want to talk about it.
Yeah,
so
I do too. Because I fucking love it.
Do you just want to start immediately with just first impressions? Like overall, if you could give it a score, what would you give it?
Okay, so to me, if we do it out of 10, now that I've kind of like ruminated on it,
you sat with it
and sat on it.
Yeah.
I think it's like an 8 out of 10. When I walked out of the theater, I was like 9 out of 10. I was like, holy shit, I love this movie. Yeah. It's amazing, and it's an amazing fucking movie. I loved it. It's just so many things
happens with movies that you like. You come out of it immediately. It's the best thing, and then like a week later, you're like, it was really good.
You got it. You ruminate, and I can't wait to watch it again. Like it's a movie. Like there's a lot of movies like I go to theaters and see, and I'm like, that was good. I might watch it again, but you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe like a year or two down the line, I watch it, and. I don't know if I was talking to you or Fluff about this, but I watched this and it gave me Mad Max Fury Road vibes where I was like so excited to watch it again. And I am excited to see. Yes. Where just in terms of like I want to see this again. You know what I mean? Like, and I was excited to go to the theaters and see it.
Is it a movie, if you had the opportunity, would you see it again in theaters?
Sure. Yep. Absolutely. I would.
Yeah, I think I would too. There's some movies where it's like you see it once, you're like, I'm good. Like 28 years later, we saw it. It's like, I can wait for that to come out. But Weapons, if like the next week you're like, hey, you want to go see it again? Like, yeah, okay, I'll go see it again.
Yep. Nope, I agree. I'm just gonna
especially now knowing we could just walk into the theater and go see it.
Yeah,
the security at our theater is so bad.
It was very silly. The way we just kind of walked in.
Honestly, what we should do next time is we only pay for one ticket. Just pay for one ticket. If we're going to go in the middle of the day in the week like that, they don't have people at the front counter, just pay for one ticket. And then just walk in.
And if they go, okay, oh, did you guys go? Oh, shit, did we? Oh, my bad. I got it. Oh,
they're not going to send anybody to.
No, but do you know what I mean? You just play dumb. Oh, what? You know what I mean? But I never paid you back. I still owe you money. I forgot about that shit.
All right, you heard it here first. Coops does not repay his debt.
I did not.
I actually forgot that you owed me money.
I forgot too. That's funny. Let me see. I'm trying to see a good color.
It was a movie ticket. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh my god. But okay. So we eventually are going to get into hardcore spoilers for Weapons too. We want to let you guys know. Like we're
just going over like basic stuff.
Sure. Right now we're giving first impressions right now. Go ahead. What were your first impressions?
That's cool. Sorry, I didn't mean to keep interrupting.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I would probably say about the same. Sure. I would say probably that's when I left the theater. I was like, 8 out of 10. I think I'm still probably there. Because really the only issues I had with it were like either nitpicks or just loathsome character. But
sure, yeah.
we'll go into that more when we like actually break into the nitty-gritty of it.
Of course. Yep, we'll break it all down. We'll go bit by bit, kind of like how we felt about each kind of scene and how it was breaking down.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I like the structure that they had with I didn't know going into it that it was going to be like a perspective movie where it was like, okay, you're going to get it from this person's perspective, and now after half an hour you're going to get it from this person's perspective.
Yep.
Another half hour it's going to shift perspective again. Like that was cool. And when they do like the overlap of events, when like, you know, you end at let's say like on the third day at 4 p.m. in the first person's perspective, and then it goes to the next person, and it starts at the second day at 3 p.m. and then it overlaps into what I like that how you see the stuff that happens prior to. Like this isn't really a spoiler, but
No, go ahead.
like in the blonde girl perspective, like the teacher, when she's doing that meeting with all the parents and they don't show Josh Brolin when he's talking, but you can hear him. And then you go to Josh Brolin's perspective and they cover that scene where you do see him talking and like yelling at the teacher. Stuff like that. Like, that's cool. I like when it's like continuity, right? Making sure they don't screw something up. And I think this is probably going to be one of those movies you have to watch like 20 times to try to find continuity errors.
Right, continuity errors, and I think there's probably little hidden Easter eggs and hidden shit throughout that we didn't see.
Oh yeah,
I bet there
sure.
is. Like, because a lot of these movies, I think like Zach Kreger, which is cool. Like, so he's directed by, I think it's pronounced Zach Kreger. He used to be, he was on Whitest Kids You Know. That's fucking amazing. Like, I don't know if you that's him right there. But yeah, he was like that. If you ever watched Whitest Kids, you know it's fucking hilarious. It was like
I fucking love Whitest Kids.
I know, so do I. It's a like sketch comedy. It's on YouTube. You can look them up. There's so many different sketch stuff on the Dimfrenemies
I love the
stream.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln. Now you fucked up. You fucked up now. That
now
plays
on
up. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up.
I love that.
That plays on your stream as the exclamation point? What is it? EFF
F like EFF EFFED.
Oh, effed up. Gotcha. Now you fucked up. But yeah, and I love but the Grapist. Fucking love the Grapist. That's one of my favorites.
I fucking love the Grapist.
I love the Grapist. I'm gonna tie you to the fucking what does he say? I'm gonna tie you to the radiator. I'm gonna tie you to the radiator and grape you. It was like, oh my god. But yeah. Anyways, fucking hilarious, man. But yeah,
I don't even know if that sound is still working. I'm gonna check while we're doing
go
our
for it.
podcast.
But yeah, anyway, so yeah, really, first impressions overall, we walked out. I was like glowing. I was like, holy shit, it was so much fun. I really loved it. The ending was insane, and that's funny. That's kind of like
oh my god, the ending.
The ending. Some people are saying like, Fluff was like, I thought the ending was ridiculous, and I'm like, that's kind of the point, though. Like, I loved how insane
he didn't
it was.
see 28 years later.
He didn't see 28 years later. He did.
I think the reason that ending... Oh, he did?
He did
I was
see
like,
it.
The reason the ending in that one didn't bother me as much is because the one in 28 years later was so jarring.
Yes, it's
that maybe I was, like, used to it.
Yes.
But, I don't know, like, Weapons had some, like... light moments. Like, it had some funny moments. Now, don't get me wrong. People are classifying this as a comedy horror.
No.
You're fucking wrong if you do that. That is not a comedy horror.
It is not a comedy.
Shaun of the Dead is a comedy horror.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of other examples of comedy horror.
Evil Dead 2.
Evil Dead. Yeah, exactly. Army of Darkness. That's a comedy horror. This had like 3 or 4 jokes in it.
Yes.
That were funny. They were funny, but a lot of those jokes just kind of came from awkward repetition.
Yeah. Or like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, or it came from like somebody in an insane situation reacting to it, and it was funny. You know what I mean? It made you laugh, and it was meant to make you laugh. It wasn't like, these aren't jokes like, like haha, knock, you know what I mean? Like punchline jokes. These are like something insane is happening, and a character reacts in a way that like, oh, I would react like that. You know what I mean? Like, we'll get to the dream sequence, which is one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie.
I love that.
And when he wakes up from it and he goes, "What the fuck?" Like, that is I want that meme. I want that to play like in our whatever stream or podcast, whatever. It's fucking amazing because the dream is insane. And then when he wakes up from it, and that's what I would have done if I had a fucking fucked up weird dream like that. What the fuck? Like, wake up like. I loved that. But that's what I mean. Yeah. This movie, right? I think if people went in a little disappointed, when you saw the trailers, it really sells itself as horror. It is truly terrifying horror movie. And when you go watch it, it is more of, think X-Files, Twin Peaks, kind of like more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just more odd.
Like atmospheric horror.
It's more odd. It's a
suspenseful. It sets a tone where you're just uneasy the entire time.
You got it. It's more you nailed it. Atmospheric. It's more of a horror thriller with hints of comedy, like light. It's I don't even want to call it comedy.
Yeah, I feel like hints of comedy is still saying too much. Because like in my, I don't know, maybe I don't have
horror
a good sense
thriller.
of humor, but
it's horror thriller.
I legit
really say with
there's only like 3 or 4 funny moments, and they're not long moments. Like they don't sit there and linger on it, except for the ending.
Yep, the ending.
And I don't think the ending was made to be funny. It was made, but I think
to be insane.
It was weird. Yeah, it's just really weird. It's like no one's ever come up with the kind of, and I'm trying not to spoil until we actually get to the spoiler bits.
Yeah.
But no one's ever come up with that kind of scene. Like you write that on paper, that's never going to come off serious.
Yeah, you're right.
That's just never going to come off as a horrific or serious thing.
You got it.
I mean, even like you take like Children of the Corn, right?
Yep.
That's a horror movie through and through. There's parts of that are funny because it's like kids being like, "Oh, I'm going to kill you," and it's like, dude, I literally you just smack them across the head, and then you get away. Like,
they're kids, exactly.
They're kids. Like it's not. I mean, even like I don't know if you've ever seen Cooties, but that literally is a zombie apocalypse that only affects children. So children are the zombies.
Oh, that's cool.
Elijah Wood's in it. Rainn Wilson's in it.
Oh no shit!
It's funny.
Yeah.
It is. You should watch it. You'd probably dig it.
Yeah,
it is
I'll
a horror comedy through and through.
Yeah,
but again, it's a comedy because it's just kids. Like kids are not inherently scary.
No.
So like. I don't even think the ending of Weapons was supposed to be funny, but I also don't think it was supposed to be scary. It was just supposed to be like all the other neighbors. When you see what's happening, you're like, what the fuck did I just say?
Yeah, exactly. I think it was meant to be everything. It was meant to be intense. It was meant to be not scary, intense, and with definitely undertones of comedy. Because, I mean, there's literally like... what I'll say is one little mini spoiler. There's a dude mowing the yard, and he looks over. Yeah, you know what I mean.
You just see the perspective from one house to the other, and they're running past them.
Exactly. So it's meant to like give you a chuckle. It is meant to make you go, "Holy shit!" I was literally smiling like the fucking Joker, like because like it was just amazing. It was so much fun. Like the perspectives and watching the ending. Like, and again, like you said, you write it on paper, and you're like, "This is crazy. Is this gonna work? Like, how do I make this work?" And it works. Like the way they filmed it, the way they shot it, the way that how you felt. But certain people, I get it. Like I feel like if you went into this like wanting to be truly scared, it's just not. It's got moments. It's got definitely moments of horror and terror, definitely. But it's more of a again X-Files, Twin Peaks, more of a horror mystery thriller. That's what I wanted to say. Right. Horror mystery thriller. You got the mystery behind everything, and you got another one of my favorite things about this movie is you've got these A-list actors, right? You've got Julia. I think her name's Julia Garner. She was the main teacher. Her.
That was a teacher. Okay.
Yep. She's in Fantastic Four. She plays the Silver Surfer. Like she's big. Benedict Wong. He's phenomenal. Josh Brolin. He's one of my favorite actors. I fucking love Josh Brolin. And anything he's in, like you've got big actors in this. You've got Alden Ehrenreich.
Do you love him in Old Boy?
No, I didn't watch the dumb Old Boy. No,
it's so bad.
It looks bad. It looks terrible. And Old Boy is a classic. Old Boy is one of the incredible movie. It's like, why did they need to remake fucking Old Boy? So no,
because Spike Lee wanted to do it. Okay.
Yeah, and I love Spike Lee. Yeah, no shit. But yeah, anyway, so it's got a great cast. So sometimes with movies like with a big cast like this, it's like it feels very Hollywood, it feels very overproduced, and it's not scary, or it's not getting the point across, and you're just like, it's just another big Hollywood budget Hollywood horror movie. And that's kind of where I feel like The Conjuring has turned into, where in the beginning it was like, okay, these are kind of cool, these are creepy, and now it's just, I don't know. It's ghosts. Whoa.
There's like a lot of Conjuring movies, aren't there? I've never seen one.
It's like the Fast and fucking Furious. There's like the Conjuring 5, and they're in cars now fucking doing drifting and shit. And they're like, whoa, the ghosts are on the ceiling. Ghosts are coming, they're in the grocery store. Like, whatever. They're everywhere now. It's stupid. Like, it's too many. Yeah. Where this movie, it just stands out as something unique. Yes, there's cliches in it. Yes, I can nitpick it, but it just comes across as unique. Like, once you find out what the twist is, you're like, okay, it's cool, but okay, it's not like mind blowing. It's just cool. So, but I just think as a whole product, it's great. So I think it's kind of time. I think I want to break down. We'll break it down. Unless you want to say anything more about like first impressions or anything like that before you want to move on.
No, we can move right into it.
Okay. So yeah, what we're gonna do. So now, big time spoilers for Weapons. So in case you guys haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend going. Yeah, spoilies. If you don't care, stick around. Greatly appreciate it. But it
is a good movie.
Yeah,
it is one of those movies that you should watch it before. Like, if you have any interest in it, you should watch it. Don't watch reviews or. Because like there are a lot of moments where they catch you off guard, and you shouldn't have those things spoiled.
Yep, I agree definitely. I think it's a good movie to like pause the podcast, go watch it, come back later. I definitely agree. It's one of those. Let me see. But okay, so what I'll say is, so it kind of starts out in the beginning. You're hearing like a voiceover from a little child, and at first I thought it was the boy, but it's not. It is a little girl. So I
called that.
You did.
I fucking called that shit.
You did. You're like, it sounds like a little girl. I'm like, I don't know. It sounds like the boy. I'm not sure. But I you're right. It was a little girl. And I don't know who she was. If she was one of the kids, or I'm assuming she's one of them, but it's not really significant. I saw
something that showed like a reference to it was one of the kids.
Okay,
like,
makes sense.
They showed like the picture. You know how like in that one scene, it shows like a reward for finding the kid and has a picture of all the kids.
Yeah. Yep.
Like some review I watched on it. Yeah, like it shows like it's probably this girl based on what she's saying, how she's saying it, and like even at the end, like how long she was under the spell for and how she reacted. Yeah.
And she's starting to come back. Like she's telling the story, right? And she's one of the kids that's like, maybe not so like affected by being comatose at the end. You know what I mean? Like she's starting to come back and remember what happened. But so it opens up and she's kind of telling the story of like this event has already happened. Like I don't exactly have what she's saying when she goes, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't
No,
go. Did you catch the actual like error they made in like that voiceover?
No, hit me.
Well, she says at the beginning like they were never seen again.
Really? You're right. They ran away into the night and they were never seen again.
They were never seen again. So they actually do make a little oopsie poopsie. Yeah. They say they were never seen again, but then yet at the end of the movie,
right? They're found. So they do get found.
Well, I mean, we already cleared spoilers.
We cleared spoilers. We are into spoilers. Fuck off. We're into spoilers. Okay. So early one morning, at 2:17 a.m. in Maybrook, Pennsylvania, 17 children from the same class simultaneously leave their homes and run off into the night. Their teacher, Justine Gandy, that's Julia Gardner, arrives to her classroom hours later. Now, the voiceover is talking about this. You're seeing like kind of like the police investigating it. You're hearing this kid talking about it, this little girl. She's just talking, narrating it. Not saying exactly this, but she's describing the events. Let me see. Arrives to her classroom hours later, only find one. Okay, their teacher, Justine Gandy, arrives to her classroom hours later, only to find one student there, a boy named Alex Lilly. He's played by Kerry Christopher. He did a great job, by the way. He was phenomenal. I thought he did a great job. The kid. Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Yep. It's one of those cases where a kid actor did not like
distract
you roll your eyes. You're just God.
Right, rip you from the movie.
Yeah.
He
did good.
Yep. A police investigation is launched, and Alex and Justine are questioned, but have no idea why this has happened or where the children went. The school is shut down during the investigation, but after 30 days is reopened, and Alex is moved to a different classroom with another teacher. So I'm saying spoilers, but let's just kind of keep it like a mystery, right? Like we're kind of uncovering it as it goes, and then we'll get into it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
I guess I kind of blew that mystery 2 minutes ago.
That's okay. We're fine. Just as we go. You're good. So let me see. Okay. So about that, is there anything you want to kind of go over with that? Anything really?
No, I mean that's probably only like the first maybe like 5 to 8 minutes of the movie.
You got it.
That they're just covering it. Where, they basically show that at 2:17, like at the same time, all the kids do that run right there at 2:17 in the morning.
Yep, you see it. That
all
run.
These kids go out and do that Naruto run into the woods, and
with their arms out like
the voiceover with their arms out. The voiceover says they were never seen again. So we can. Like, that's what leads into, the whole investigation, and then 30 days later, and then they put the teacher, I don't remember her name, I'm sorry, Justine.
Yep, you got it.
They basically put her on, like, a suspension, kind of? Because, like, she doesn't have a classroom anymore, and she wants to talk to the parents and, like, Wong, BD Wong.
Yep, that's her boss. He's the
that's
boss.
her boss, the
Benedict Wong.
principal.
Yep. Andrew. His name's Andrew.
Okay, I'm probably not going to remember the names.
That's okay.
I'll just do my best.
No, I don't. I have it right in front of me, so I got you.
He's kind of being the voice of reason. Like, you do not want to talk to them right now. You do not want to talk to Alex. You don't want to talk to the kid. Other kids. You don't want to. Nobody likes you right now. So.
Nope, you got it. Because right now it's like, obviously, we believe you had nothing to do with this. Like, how would you have orchestrated this? All these children left at 2:17 in the morning. We have it on the ring cam footage. We have footage of it. We see the kids getting up. A bunch of alarms were tripped from people's door, like interior house alarms, motion lights. So they see them, and if you're asking yourself, well, if they have footage of them, wouldn't have the police found them? We'll get to that. So, like, at least have a triangle, or at least triangulate kind of where they went. So yeah, we will get to that.
Admittedly, that's kind of like, I guess, a little nitpick I had with the film. And again, we will get to it. But yeah, sure. Like that whole, like you brought it up, how did the police? There's a little bit of a nitpick I have for it, but the movie does do a pretty good enough job of like covering their ass on a lot of them. They just do it much, much later.
Yes.
So if you're like a hardcore movie reviewer that likes to nitpick things, you're like, well, how come you did that? How did that work? How did that make sense? Usually they cover all those questions you'll have by like past the halfway point.
Yeah, no, they did a pretty good job of like kind of wrapping up everything, so like if you have any questions or like any like plot holes, you're like, what? Yeah, I had some. I had a couple of like plot holes. I was like, what? And then I'm like, okay, they answered that. So, okay, so we're gonna move on. The school principal, Andrew Marcus, who's played by Benedict Wong, places Justine on leave as the wider community ostracizes and suspects her of what happened. So you think like, well, the parents are distraught. Their kids are gone. They don't know where the hell they're at, and the teacher is the only thing they have really to look at. So some of them, most of them, believe she has something to do with this. And yeah, it sounds insane, but and she's like, I have nothing to do with this, but they're distraught. Their kids are gone. They're angry, and they want to talk to her. And the police.
There's no logic because their feeling trumps any logic they could have.
Exactly, and I would too. Like if my kid ran away, and that's where like I love like Josh Brolin kind of plays. He's a father that lost his son, and he's like angry, and he's playing that role of kind of like how I think I would kind of feel in that. Or like a father would feel in that, you know what I mean? So you can kind of relate in that regard. Let me see. Okay, so the school principal, Andrew Marcus, places Justine on leave as the wider community ostracizes and suspects her of what happened. Depressed, she resorts to alcoholism and a one-night stand with her ex-boyfriend and married police officer, Paul Morgan, Alden Eidenreich. I loved him. I thought
this
he was
is
great.
What makes her a miserable character. She's easily the worst character in the film for me. Like,
I know you didn't like her.
The decisions she makes are so stupid.
Okay.
And like, I get you can make the argument of like, well, it was very traumatic. Sure. But if really her goal is to help the kids in the end, there are so many decisions that she makes that's just like, you are a bad person.
Yeah.
And even like getting together with her ex and like knowing that he is in a committed relationship, also he's trying not to drink, and she gets him to do both of those things. I'm sorry. You're a shitty person.
I know.
You don't deserve all the hate the town's giving you, but there is no excuse in my book for you. Like, you are not a redeemable character at this point.
I get where you're coming from. I do. And I'm good, but I kind of have to, like, I'm gonna white knight. I have to defend her. Bro, I can fix her. Her, bro. No. I see where you're coming from, but I can also see, like, she comes to the classroom, all the kids are gone. It's like, holy shit. And then the whole town instantly turns on you. You're like, I have nothing to do with this. And then you're like, you fall into a deep depression and you start drinking to kind of like soothe the pain. And I just feel like you would start to get angry.
Everyone else's lives around you. Yep.
I just feel like you would start to get angry and you would start to lash out and feel dejected. Like, I am not making excuses for her behavior. Like, she is, all the things you're saying are right, but she's playing that character, right? Like, she's doing that role very well. And
that's fine. The role is a miserable character that's not redeemable. Like,
I feel like she is near the end. I kind of feel like it is redeemable.
Like Josh Brolin's character did a lot of the footwork.
Yeah.
She was just kind of there. Like, don't get me wrong, she did help towards the end. But again, all of the real work was pretty much done by Josh Brolin.
I mean,
the only thing she really contributed was knowing where Alex's house was.
Right.
Because when he triangulated everything and put the point, she's like, oh, that's his house.
Yeah.
So, like, that is really the only way she really contributed.
She was the missing puzzle piece, and she was trying to talk to. We'll get into that, but we'll get into more what she was doing. I get you don't like her. I'm not on the complete. I'm a little more on the opposite end.
I do get, like, I guess. No, okay, I'd be lying. I don't get it.
No, okay.
I don't get it. She's just in, like, and I'm probably the wrong one. Maybe I'm being too harsh and critical.
Sure.
But, like, she doesn't make any good decisions in the entire film other than right at the end.
You see her, though, as she's, like, following around doing stuff, she's drinking. You know what I mean? She's like drinking.
Yeah, constantly. That's fine. That's also a bad decision she made.
That's my point, though, too. Like, every decision she's making, she's depressed, she's erratic, and she's drinking. Sure. So everything's fueled by.
Do you excuse a drunk driver?
No, absolutely not. I'm not excusing her. I'm not excusing her, but I just feel like everything she's going through. This is insane. Like, these kids, it wasn't like one kid like was kidnapped and murdered and her from her classroom, and she's like, oh my god, this is horrible. But you can at least it makes some sense. This is all of your kids except one left your classroom at 2-something in the morning. Sure. You can't make sense of it. It just is like, I don't understand it. It's such the mystery. That's what I loved about this, is the mystery of it. So
the mystery aspect was very
right.
Good.
So I get it.
I know you're not excusing her. It's just you're not forgiving her. You're not excusing her.
Sure.
You just like her character.
I do.
And I don't. Like,
no, that's more than fair. I feel like I do feel like she was a good teacher. Like, because they show a couple scenes of her where I think she did care about the kids, and she was trying to. You're right. She should not have. Did. She should not have talked to but she just wanted to know, like, what is going on. Like, but anyways, we'll get to that. So I'll just kind of keep going with the plot for now.
Okay.
Unless you have something more you want to say about it.
No, you're good.
Okay,
you can keep on trucking.
So her and Paul meet up, and Paul's a great character. He's a cop, and he's married. And they were you kind of get the vibe that they used to be together. And you're right. She's drunk. She wants to drink more. They're meeting at the bar. She's very flirty with him, and he's being very, like, calm, and he's trying to talk her down and be the sensible one. He's like, hey, the whole town isn't thinking about you. Like, yes, a lot of parents are pissed at you, but they're not thinking about you as much as you think they are. Like, you just got to try to stay calm. Like, we know you had nothing to do with it. Like, but she's just like, come on, man. And listen, like, I've been there. I kind of relate with her. Like, I've been there where I've been a bad influence. You know, like, I've been that person that's like, come on, just drink with me or fuck around. And someone's like, no. Like, so, and then I've looked back.
Do you sleep with them and then get them to drink with you later? When they're in a relationship with a wife?
You woke up with me. You stayed the night at my place.
I'm not married,
we fooled
sir.
around. I am, though.
I'm not married.
I am,
well,
though.
Yeah, but you made the you hit on me.
You knew.
You hit on me.
We went to third base. You didn't say no. Well, you said no a couple times, but then you said yes.
I said no.
I went deep. I went too deep.
Turned into something different.
I did. I went so deep. Then you're like, no, yes. That's consent. That is consent to me.
Oh no, we're gonna get canceled on our 4th episode.
All right. Anyways, all right. Back to weapons. I got confused. Sorry.
It's easy to do.
It's coming back to me. All right. So, anyways, so they're at the bar, and you're right. She eventually convinces him, and he fucks her. So he leaves. So Justine then also experiences nightmares about the missing children and a strange woman. So she has this kind of crazy nightmare, and I can't remember exactly specifically what happens, but at the end of it, go ahead.
Basically, that's all it is. She just hears something in her nightmare, and, like, when she wakes up, was it the thing on the ceiling? Was that still when she was having the nightmare, or no? Yes. It was when she woke up.
That was when that was the nightmare.
She was having the nightmare. She's, like, looking down the hallway, and this is actually kind of a nitpick I have with it.
Sure.
When she looks up, and there's just, the thing that the movie does a lot, but it does it in a good way, is it makes it really hard to see what you're looking at.
Yeah, sometimes. Yep.
Like, it's a very dark movie.
Yeah, it's
like
dark.
when it's supposed to be dark.
Yes.
When it's, daytime, it's not dark. But when it's nighttime and they want you to feel suspense, they're like, we're just gonna lower the gamma by like 50%. So you really can't see what you're looking at.
Especially when you're in the house. Yeah.
Yeah. She looks up at the ceiling and then, sees something. It looks like either just a clown with makeup on or whatever. But like my nitpick with that is like you and I know what was on her ceiling, right?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
They had never interacted at that point, nor did whatever was on the ceiling have any idea who she was.
No.
Why is she there?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Why is she there?
I'm trying to think of chronologically when that
happened.
And
like the same thing with Josh Brolin's character, and I won't spoil, but when he has the nightmare and sees her too, how does he know? He's never seen her.
The only explanation I'll say is because I'll get into it later, but for now I'm thinking it's because the thing has a connection to them, right? Because of the children.
That's cool. Why did none of the other parents ever mention it?
Maybe they did. About it? Maybe they. Hey, I just had this
Anybody
weird dream.
Who's connected to it, something. I'm
seeing this person.
They could have during a police report something where a cop talks to another cop, everyone's reporting they're seeing some crazy thing with makeup. I don't know what that is or whatever. And again, that's a nitpick. That's why I'm not saying it's a plot hole or saying it broke the movie, but it is leaving the theater. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, wait, how did they see her, and why did she have any interest in them?
I'd like that. That's a good question. That's something to kind of maybe look into, and maybe watching the movie again. It's like, now that makes sense.
Maybe they cover it.
So, but let me see. Okay, but yeah, she starts she looks. I don't know if it covers this part. Okay, it doesn't really cover this.
Go ahead.
I don't know if this is part of the dream. She's in her house and she's drinking, and all of a sudden, there's knocking on the door, and then she walks over to the door.
That wasn't a dream.
Right.
Yeah, that wasn't a dream. That was that was a good scene, actually.
That was a good scene because it's boom, 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 and she doesn't know, and then she's like, okay, whatever, and then it's way louder. It's boom, 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 and she's like, leave me alone, because she thinks she's being harassed.
She reacts the exact same way I would on the second time. Be like, what the fuck? What?
Yeah.
What do you want?
Right. I'd open the door. What's up, motherfuckers? Yeah, I'm scared. I'm freaked out. But now it's now I'm showing my teeth at least.
But then that's when you get your first little hint, because she goes outside and someone painted witch on the side of her car, right?
Right. And you think it's just kind of weird. I swear to God, I went witch. If it were me, I'd put bitch. That's exactly, you know what I mean? I'd put bitch. I wouldn't think witch. That's the only thing that made my brain go, that was it. But I was like, okay, well, witch, whatever. Anyways, so since the, let me see. So we'll move on. Since the investigation, Justine has not spoken to Alex. Now, Alex is the little boy that was left behind. He was the only kid that showed up to class next day. You imagine that? He's just sitting, it's a little kid. He's just sitting in the middle of the class, just by himself. Here. And the teacher walks in. Oh, good morning, Alex. What's going on? I don't know. I don't know. Where's the rest of the class?
Nobody's here. That's what's going on.
Right. The teacher. You've been a little. I used to be a little pretentious smart ass. Hey, I'm looking around. I don't see anybody teach. Do you? Looks like it's gonna be a quiet one today, teach. Calling her teach and shit.
Can we go on a field trip?
Yeah, come on. Where's the rest of the class? Anyway, so yeah. But yeah, it's just funny to me. Okay, so she discusses speaking with him to Marcus. So Marcus is the head principal. He's the principal, who's played by Benedict Wong. Who tells her he will not allow it because it's obviously the parents don't want. Sense. Yeah, exactly. There's an investigation going on. The parents don't want the teacher talking to another child. They think she has something to do with it. He knows you have. I trust you. I know you have nothing to do with it. How did you orchestrate an attempt for all these kids to be kidnapped or ran away at 2:17 in the morning? What could you have possibly done? So that's why all the teachers, or not teachers, I'm sorry, the police officers, the FBI, everyone's investigating this because it's completely insane. So anyways, okay. He tells everyone now. Justine attempts to speak to Marcus as he heads home, but he doesn't want to talk to her. Justine also attempts to talk to Alex's parents, but no one answers their front door. So she goes to Alex's house, knocks on the door.
The creepy thing is she follows Alex to his house.
Yes.
Another weird decision she made while she still has booze in the car.
Right. I don't know if she's talked to him yet. She does try to talk to him at one point, and she's like, hey, is everything okay? Like, what's going on? And he's just like, leave me alone. And he runs away. And she's like, Jesus. And she follows him. And that's where she, I think, knocks on the door. But I don't know when things happen, whatever. I may leave things out. You may not know certain things.
There's stuff we saw it like a month ago, so I'm not going to remember everything in order of what's happening.
And I'm literally, like, I'm telling you guys, like, I'm reading the IMDb plot summary, so I'm just kind of going over things so we can kind of cover it beat by beat. So if I miss things, whatever, it is what it is, like, whatever. This is just giving us kind of an overview. So Justine snoops around the house one day. So, like, she finds the house. She knocks on the door. No one answers. So she starts kind of looking around the house. Like, this is Alex's house, the kid that was left behind. Like, he was the last kid. And she's like, she's thinking, the reason why she wants to talk to him is because she's like, he's got to know something. Like, he's the only one left. Like, something. So, and she's going crazy. The whole town hates her. Like, she needs to know. She wants the answers. So anyway, so she snoops around the house one day and finds all the windows have been covered in newspapers from the inside. So it's creepy. You're like, what the fuck's going on? This house has newspapers to be covered from that you can't see in the inside. Peeking through an opening. So this is where it's getting creepy. Where she
makes the really smart and logical decision to break into someone's backyard.
Yeah, so she's walking around the house and she's looking through windows to kind of see, like, what's in the house.
The newspaper on the windows is weird, though. It definitely is. It's definitely a thing that peaks, like, what's going on? But I still don't know if I would have ever hopped into the backyard of a student that was the only survivor of a mass disappearance, and everyone hates me for it and thinks I had something to do with it.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. Again, I see what you're saying. I know, but I get that she's just going crazy.
The booze,
you know what I mean?
The booze at least explains that one if she's drunk. Like, at least it explains it.
Drunk courage, drunken stupidity.
It still makes it, a kind of irredeemable character.
Yeah.
But one of the things.
Let me see. So she sees, like, in the newspaper, there's like a slit, like a little opening, and she peeks through it. Like right here. Right here.
Oh, right here. That's great timing.
That scene right. Yeah, it is great timing. Holy shit.
Do we say what she saw?
But yeah, I will.
Show what she saw.
No, they don't show what this is kind of like a misdirect. So peeking through the opening, she sees two figures sitting stock still on a couch inside. So she's looking, and all of a sudden she sees it's like darkness, and there's two figures staring. They're like looking at her, and she's like,
really creepy scene.
Right.
Good scene. It was a really creepy, suspenseful scene.
She freaks out, but they're just stone cold sitting there. Like, they're just staring ahead. Like, they're not looking at her. They're just kind of staring ahead. And then stock still on the couch inside, feeling that the parents must be purposely ignoring her. Following this, she calls Marcus to insist on a wellness check regarding Alex. So yeah, I remember that. Like, he's at the supermarket, and she calls him, and she's like, I went to the house. And he's like, you went to their house? he's like pissed. And she's like, there's something going on. There's newspaper over the walls, blah, blah. And he's like, dude, stop doing this. Like, leave it alone. Whatever. He kind of like blows her off because he's pissed that she went to the house. But she's still just, I get, again, should she have done that? Hell no. But I get the frustration. I get where she's coming from.
Sure.
So she soon becomes obsessed with the house, watching it from her parked car up the street as the days go by. So she's sitting at her car watching the house like a detective would, just kind of like a private eye, just kind of staking it out. And she's drinking. Like, they're kind of showing, it's like a kind of a montage type thing. And she's like pouring a cup, like alcohol in her cups and shit. So she's just out there drinking. This is, and I'll explain this next scene. So.
This is in the car?
Yes, this is the car scene.
This was probably my favorite suspenseful, scary scene in the movie.
This was well done. And you know what's funny? I talked to, Jesus. I talked to me and Moist. We go back. We're bros. I talked to Moist. Critical.
Moist.
I talked to Charlie. Yeah. He goes by Charlie. He likes Charlie. He likes you going by Charlie.
Yeah. Got it.
Oh my God. Okay. Moist had a review of Weapons, and he thought this scene in the theater kind of laughed. they almost thought this scene was funny. Where me and you, I was like, nah, this scene was pretty fucking creepy.
No, dude, we looked at each other. We're like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah,
oh,
fuck
no,
this.
fuck that.
This. So, anyways, so what happens is, so Justine, the teacher's staking out this house. She's in her car. She's drunk, falls asleep. Nighttime.
Cue nighttime.
Cue nighttime. I should play this one now. Cue nighttime. It shows the house. All of a sudden, the door slowly opens, and you're like, "Oh fuck!" Or I mean, I don't even know if it's slowly. It just opens. You're like, "Oh fuck!" And it's pitch black.
It's pretty slow. I think you're right.
It might be slow. It's pitch black. You can't even see inside the house. All of a sudden, a figure emerges, and it's just
a shambling figure.
A shambling figure, and it's just really kind of crazy looking, distraught woman, and she's holding a pair of scissors. Her hair's all fucking distraught. She just looks kind of out of it, and the way she kind of like starts walking towards the car where Justine's asleep in, and she's just kind of shambling walking. It's the weirdest kind of walk. It's creepy, and we're like, fuck this.
You know what I think would have like quashed the whole, with Charlie saying like,
sure, this is kind of funny.
It was funny.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they had it now it wouldn't make sense. So the way they shot it is probably the only way they could have shot it. But if it was in a first person perspective, that's why I'm like, no, fuck that. Because I'm putting myself in her shoes for that. Now, granted, she's asleep, so she doesn't know. But just imagine you're in that same scenario. Like you're in your car at night, you see someone's in there. They open the door and they just start shambling towards you.
Yeah.
And then halfway through that shamble, they pull out a fucking pair of scissors and hold it above their head.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's creepy. That was not funny to me.
No, it was creepy.
We literally were like, no, fuck that.
Yep.
I don't want no part of that.
No, I thought it was well done. I thought it was one of those things where, the way you shoot a scene and the music you use can definitely change the tone. Like you could have made that scene creepy or funny, but you put it 10 times or 2 times speed and put Benny Hill behind it, and make her go forward and reversed, and then it's funny. You know what I mean? Like you can do whatever you want, but no, to me, the cinematography, the shot, it was creepy. The music, the way she was walking, holding the scissors, I was creeped the fuck out.
Yep.
So
what really creepy.
Yep. So what ends up happening is like she's walking towards, she's kind of shambling towards the car, and then it starts to show it from Justine, and Justine's asleep, and you kind of see her like sleeping in the car, like kind of like slouched over.
And then you hear it.
Yeah. So you see, I don't even know if you see the woman walk by. You don't even see it. You just hear her open the
door.
She
walks out of frame.
Yep. You hear her open the door. You don't see
the back door open.
Yep. You just seen Justine's face. You hear the back door open. You're like, oh my God, what is happening? You know she's gonna get in the car, and then you hear her go sit in the car and then shut the door. And you're like, what the fuck is going on? And then you're sitting there and you're like, she's gonna just start stabbing her, right? That's what you think. I thought, like, she's just gonna start killing her.
She's gonna reach over,
dead.
Just start stabbing.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden you slowly see her hand like reach over to because she's like behind her in the back seat. Justine's in the front seat and the driver's seat. She's reaching over with her scissors. You're like, oh, here comes the stabbing. Like, yep, here comes the blood. Here comes the stabbing and the violence. I mean, this is the main character though. So, but you never know. You never know. There's multiple characters. So she could be killed right here. And then she kind of goes, opens the scissors, cuts a piece of her hair off, takes the hair, slowly comes back, opens the door, shambles away, goes back in the house, and ends. That's the scene. And it is fucking creepy because you just don't know. It's the anticipation. The build, the payoff, I thought was worth it because I don't need to see her just get stabbed 50 times. I was almost expecting that. I liked it. It was just she cut her hair.
She cut the hair and then... Because like she walks back in the house, right? And then there's nothing. You don't know why it happened. They don't explain it. You just
that's the mystery.
You're like, all right, she just cut her fucking hair off.
Exactly. Like, why did she cut her hair? Okay, and all right, moving on. So, meanwhile, Archer.
Great scene.
Yeah, it's a great scene. It is. It's very creepy. I thought it was a great scene. Maybe depending on who you're with, and it could have been misconstrued as kind of funny or silly, sloppy. But I thought it was creepy. I loved it. I thought it was well done. Meanwhile, Archer Graff, that's Josh Brolin's character, the father of one of the missing children.
Oh, right. It cuts to black and then it goes to him, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Because this is kind of meant to. plot summary I found. It was, this is it in order. I'm like, well, I don't want it in order. Like, I want it the way the movie portrays the events, because it's not in chronological order. You jump from different perspectives, and it plays out in different times in the story. Like, you might be like Josh Brolin's character here, and then you swap to like another character, and it's like in the past, and then they might meet up. You know
then
what I mean?
Overlaps,
and then it
goes further in the story.
And I thought it did a great job. Right, because I thought the pacing, and as soon as like, and then it'll end like kind of like on a mini cliffhanger with somebody, and then it poof, and then it switched to somebody else.
I think what's his name? Is it Arthur?
Archer.
Archer.
Yep.
So when it picks up from Archer's perspective, doesn't it pick up from that town hall meeting with like the teachers or the parents and the teacher?
I think so. I think
that's where it picks up at, because it carries right up with him, like volleying like assertions at her, or like saying she's responsible.
Like, you know something.
She has to know something.
Yeah.
There's no way she doesn't.
Yep. Right
and
here.
And then it goes from there.
Right. Dude, our timing, bro. We got some timing on this shit. Because as soon as you're doing that,
did it pop up?
It popped up right here. You were like,
yeah, dude.
Here, wait for it. Oh, come on,
he's
where's
shaking
that?
his hands.
This is the meeting.
Yeah, this scene. Yep.
Yep.
That's where the teacher meeting, and obviously it goes tits up. Everybody just gets yelling at the teacher, and so teacher leaves. But then it's from Archer's perspective now. So what happens after the teacher meeting? Is that when he just goes home and goes to sleep?
Okay. So the father of missing children struggles to cope after his son's disappearance. Frustrated by the ineffective police investigation, Archer decides to look into the case himself. So like you see him like when he's
watching the Ring camera.
Yes. That's another really good.
He's obsessing over it.
Yes.
Like they show he's watching it for hours, and it's like damaged his marriage because he's like sleeping in his kid's bed, which I totally get.
Yes, he's
totally
understand
that. He's very depressed and wants to just get to the bottom of this, and I guess his wife didn't, because she's mad at him. But
well, I would guess she's like going to work or whatever, and you could tell like there's some sort of like, sometimes with couples too. They did a good job of this in what was that fucking stupid show with Matthew McConaughey and True Detective.
I mean, they had a good moment with the police officer, right? Because you referenced it when he's on the phone with his wife, and he's like, "Oh my god, yeah."
Yeah. Oh, I haven't talked about that yet. We haven't gotten to that yet.
Okay. Yeah.
But no. What I'm trying to say. Let me see. Okay. Frustrated by the ineffective police investigation, Archer decides to look into the case himself. And like you said, so yeah, he's watching the ring cam. There's a really good. Remember that really good creepy scene where he's watching his own ring cam he sees his son running away, and you're like, well, why? And he's watching it over and over, and he's rewinding it, and it's real creepy when his son is rewinding it, and you see his son running backwards towards the camera. Because I mean, it's just a camera; he can't do anything, but it's creepy. It's well done.
You don't know what's happening.
You don't know what's
something
happening.
Weird could happen.
Something
we don't
weird.
know at this point what's going on.
Exactly.
So it could be paranormal, and there could be ghosts.
Right. That was my exact point. It's the thing of not knowing. It could be paranormal. Right. It's just a video, so to you, nothing could happen. But again, you're like, wait, what is gonna happen? But anyway, so it's creepy. It's a creepy scene. But so anyways, frustrated by the ineffective police investigation, Archer decides to look to the case himself. Noticing the direction his son Matthew was running on their front door's ring cam, he goes to another family and notes the direction their daughter ran away on their ring cam. So he's trying.
Was that before or after the dream?
Let me see, because it might be before. Let me see. I'm trying to read ahead a little bit to see if it talks about a dream. See, it might not even not even talk about the dream in this. I'm not showing.
I thought his epiphany for like triangulating was from the dream, because they show him watching the ring camera, and then after the ring camera,
maybe you're right.
They then show him going to work and like fucking up because his head's clearly not in anything else.
You got it.
Like he's a contractor or something, so he goes to a house and they don't have paint that they need or something like that. And they find out like it's his fault, like he screwed it up, so he's got to go get the paint.
Yep.
And then that's what leads into where you find out that he's the one that painted on the side of the teacher's car.
Oh, the witch. I didn't catch that.
Because they show the paint cans in the bed of his truck.
Oh, I didn't catch that. That's a nice little Easter egg that he was the one.
It's a good little touch. He's the one that did it. It's interesting that he's the one that did it because he basically said what it was, like what was causing it, without knowing that was what was causing it.
Yeah.
But then like he goes home, like passes out, and then he has that dream, right? And do you want to talk about the dream?
Yeah, go ahead. If you want to go ahead, cover it.
Well, I don't remember a lot of it. I just remember in the dream, it seems you don't know it's a dream at first because it just seems like he wakes up in his house.
Well, it seems to real quickly. You start to realize he's like running through his house. He's running. He's chasing his son.
His kid's there, right? Or he hears noises. And he's chasing after him.
Yeah.
So then you realize it's a dream.
Yes.
You don't realize it is at first because he just wakes up in his bed.
Exactly.
But then he follows his kid like through the forest in a straight line and then comes across a house.
Yes.
And this is kind of where I didn't really get why he did this in the dream, like why the director like made the AR-15 pop up. He sees the house.
He sees a house and he looks up and he sees like a floating AR. It looks like a floating assault rifle. It looks like kind of like an AR-15.
Yeah, whatever gun it is. Yeah,
exactly.
Sorry,
no, it's fine. Whatever.
I get that they're like, oh, and
it says 217
of the trauma of a school shooting, but like that's the only reference they make to a gun, and no one ever uses a gun until like right at the end. And it's not even that kind of gun.
No,
so, like I don't understand the imagery behind that, other than just trying to be like, this is to show you this is a reference where we're saying like, oh, it's reminiscent of a school shooting.
It could be. I don't want to. Right. I know we're talking about spoilers, but I think what it means is it's like why the movie's called Weapons. Like, bring this up to me again when we're talking about it at the end, if you can remember, because I'll go over it because I don't want to jump to like that explanation yet because that's the very end. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So
sure.
I think it's the reason why the movie's called Weapons.
I thought it was called Weapons because she was like,
yes,
well, whatever was being used.
Yes. Yep.
But then what is the assault rifle?
I think that
doesn't.
I didn't like the assault rifle either. I thought that was a little too. It's a little too hitting you over the head. It's like you know what I mean.
It's just instead of like subtext and letting your viewers figure it out.
It's like
they're just like
yes
So
no, I agree. And
but again, that's a nitpick. That's not.
No. He sees the floating rifle and it says 2:17 a.m. And I'm like, okay, well that tells him okay. That's when the kids left. It's like, again, it's like hinting me. It's giving me some sort of hint. It's telling me something. But yeah, the rifle, it could have been something different. Like, but they don't. You know why? Weapons. Maybe at this point you don't, but he doesn't. Right? We've got to remember they don't know anything. They have no fucking clue why their kids ran away. They have no clue what they're potentially being. You know what I mean? Like I'm being vague. I know because we'll get into it later and I'll talk about it.
It's just, I guess it's just it to me it shows it's not a very good like. I'm trying to think of like the best way to put it.
Sure,
it's not a very good tool to sort of like create mystery because you like after the movie was over, I completely even forgot about like I understand why the movie was called Weapons now, and I never once thought of that assault rifle.
Yeah,
that never once popped in my head after the fact. Like, oh yeah, that was the rifle. That's where like the movie was really good at tying shit up. It didn't tie anything up with that. It was just kind of ham-fisted.
The rifle is just more like again, it's just there more for imagery. It's not really meant to play.
It's just not good imagery.
I agree with you. It feels random.
Yeah.
I get why it's there. It's a weapon. These are weapons. That's what you know what I mean. That's what it's there for. But what would have been a better image? Would have to give you some sort of Easter egg type hint. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think could have been made a better? I'm not trying to put you on a spot. I'm trying to think too.
No. Honestly, they don't need the rifle. Just put 217 above.
Yeah,
like because
just
have the 217 above it. That's cool. Just where he sees like a clock thing. But I'm sorry, I started laughing because it just made me think of like if movies started doing that, like Top Gun. How do you know it's Top Gun? And they just close up on a plane with a gun on the top of it.
It's exactly right. It's
that's why it's called called Top Gun?
Because there's a gun on the top, you fucking idiot. Duh. Like, what other movies? The Matrix doesn't really work with that, but we need to find more movies like that. And like, we explain them. Like, what's Top Gun about? Well, it's a gun. It's on the top of a jet. It's Top Gun.
Lethal Weapon. It just randomly zooms in on Mel Gibson's gun holder.
Yeah.
Like his holster.
This is a lethal weapon. It just. It's like it's about a weapon
Star
that's
Wars thing
lethal.
we talked about. Why is it
Star
called
Wars.
Phantom Menace? You don't remember when he said, "I am the Phantom Menace"?
There was a fucking meme of just Darth Maul's face, and it said, "I am the Phantom Menace." And then I was laughing my ass off because I've seen Phantom Menace so many fucking times when I was a kid because I'm stupid. And I'm like, he never said, "I am the Phantom Menace." And in the comments, people were getting into arguments over it. They were like, "No, he said this." I'm like, "No,
oh my god,
Darth Maul or Palpatine."
It's just trolling,
right?
Fucking...
It could be trolling. That is true. But I'm like, literally, the funny part was people were fighting each other over it. They're like, "He said he was the Phantom Menace." Like, I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "No." There's nerds like, "No one said the Phantom. He is the Phantom Menace. He's not saying that he's his Phantom Menace." You fucking idiot! Like, oh my god, it's so funny. Oh, but anyway,
the end of the ninth movie. I am the last of the Skywalkers.
Yeah, exactly. I just pictured Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan are there, and it's the whole duel, the boom boom, and they're pulling their lightsabers out, and he's like, "I am the Phantom Menace," and he fucking pulls his head down. It's like, no, that made that scene way cooler. Like, shut the fuck up.
Oh my god, it would have been amazing.
Oh my god.
So yeah, sorry, I didn't
no, that's
derail
good. All
us,
good.
That made me laugh.
Derail it, baby.
But yeah, I don't know. The assault rifle was.
I agree with you.
I
agree with you. I honestly, I felt the same way. He was looking up at it, and I'm like, a floating rifle? It just felt weird. I felt the same way. Give me something different. Like you said, just either the 217 or give me something that gives me another hint at what it is. You know what I mean? The car.
Yeah.
I don't want to say too much, but give me something that I'm like, oh, but other than that, so I'll move on though from that.
Sure. Yeah.
But you're right. So he has this again. It goes to one of my favorite parts of the movie. He has the dream. Do you want to go? Do you want to go?
I don't remember what happens to make him wake up.
Okay,
so
I
do. You remember what happened? Okay, tell me.
He's running after his son. He finds his own house. He goes in his own house and he finds his son sleeping in his bed. And he goes, "Oh my god!" I remember now. And he crouches down to his son, and his son's like not looking at him. And he goes, "Son, where are you? I'm trying to find you. Where are you? I never got it." And he's crying. He's like, "I never got a chance. I never said this to you. I never said it enough. And I wanted to tell you that I love you." And his son starts to turn around, and you're like, "Uh-oh." You're like, what the fuck is this gonna be? And his son turns around, and it's his son. Like, he's got a hoodie on or whatever, and it's his son. And he's like, okay. And he goes, and he's still talking to him. And I can't remember what it happens then, but something gets triggered, and then you see the old lady, right? And
she's got her face covered in makeup. She's got a big ass smile.
Yep.
We actually did forget to mention during the teacher's dream.
Sure.
Like, what her dream was she walked into the classroom.
Oh, I forgot. You're right. Oh,
Alex,
please, yes.
Alex was sitting at the desk, only one there, and she had his head down, and she goes in. She goes, "Alex, is that you? Are you okay, honey, or whatever?" And he lifts his head up, and then his head turns a little bit, and then you get a closer look at his face, and he's got white makeup, blue eyeshadow, red lipstick, and then it just this creepy, hideous smile comes on his face, and that's what wakes her up.
Yes, you're right. That's what wakes her up. And then doesn't she look in the ceiling, and that she goes,
yeah. So they don't ever explain what happened with that. Was that still part of the dream, or
I don't know. I think it had to be. It had to be part of the dream. But you're right. I forgot all about that. Thanks for telling me, because that's the creepy scene.
I completely forgot about it too.
I did too. That's the creepy scene they keep showing in all the trailers and shit, where the kid lifts his head up and he's got the makeup on. That's the creepy scene. You're right. Scene. She has that dream, and that freaks her out and wakes her up. But yeah, so he's talking to his son, and all of a sudden it's the crazy old lady with this lipstick, and she smiles at him, and he goes, "Whoa!" And he's in his kid's bed. He wakes up, and he's fucking freaking out. He's like, and he's like, he's breathing real hard, and what the fuck? And then it just goes to the next scene.
Everybody in the theater fucking laughs at that part.
Because, dude, I am not doing it justice. It's so fucking good. It was so funny. It was funny and terrifying all at the same time. Because I put myself there. You know, I was like, what if I just had this dream like that? I'd go, what the fuck? Like, it would freak me out, too. I think it works
so well because the dream is really intense and, like, suspenseful and everything, and you just had that jump scare, and then you get an immediate laugh afterward that you're like, oh, okay.
Right, that, and...
Like, not him, but you as the viewer, it just sort of lightens you up.
You got it. And... because what it is this dream is scary, and he's chasing his son, and then it's like this heartfelt moment where he finds his son in his bed, and he's like, I love you, I never got to tell you, blah, blah, blah. And then it's the little crazy old lady, like, man, and then he's like, blah, you know, so it goes from this, like, oh my God, where are you? I'm trying to find you, I love you, to instant terror. And he wakes up like that, and that's when he goes, what the fuck? So it's fucking amazing. It's a great scene.
It was a good like scene, good juxtaposition. How you're just like all tight, and then all of a sudden you're loose.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, I was tight, and I was way loose after that, dude. Wide open after that, bro. So so let me see. Okay. Okay, so this is I was talking about now. He's watching his son through the ring cam. Using a map, he figures out their running paths and circles an area where he believes the children may have crossed paths that morning. And there's another little scene in there where, and this is another reason why I really like the movie, and this scene kind of resonated with me, is it's Archer, Josh Brolin's character, he's talking to another mom, and he's like, hey, he's like, I'm another dad from the school. My son's missing too. He goes, would you mind if you looked at your ring cam footage? And the reason why I like this scene is it comes across a very like real. It comes across as like two people have an awkward conversation, and like it's just really well done. It's like, this is Josh Brolin. He's a fucking Hollywood actor. He played Thanos, for Christ's sakes, and just see him be this like father, like it shows the range that he has. Like I really like this. Do you mind if I borrow it? You know, like it was just really cool to see him like, and everyone played this role very well. It felt very human. The script felt very like real people going through.
There was
something
not
like
one
this.
Bad acting performance in this entire from any of the kids, from any of the smaller actors to the big actors. There were no bad performances in this.
And again, it's just like I picture, and again, I know it's Brolin's performance, but there's a writer, right? There's some writer, director that's wrote this in a way that came across human. Like they had to think and go, how would two normal people talk about this? You know what I mean? Where you could have a real bad writer like do the same scene and really fuck it up. You know what I mean? Like, Josh Brolin says, I want to see the ring cam footage. And she's like, no. And he's like, well, I'm gonna, bitch. And he kicks her in the chest. And then he goes in the house. And then and then the dad shows up or whatever. And then he kicks his ass too, bro. Like, you know, like you could have some fucking moron in charge of the writing and the script, you know? But instead it comes across as like, this is what will really happen. Like, he's like, do you mind if I see the footage? And she's like, you know, no, I'm not comfortable with that. And he's like, okay, I understand, you know, and then
he goes and asks the husband.
You're right, dude. The husband's out in the driveway. He goes, yo, bro. He's like, women, am I right? So how about that footage, bro? Buy you a 12-pack or whatever, I don't know, whatever he does. He's like, and then he lets him in, and you see she's in the background with her arms kind of like, and he's watching the footage, and he's like, because I think he goes to the dad, and the dad's like, wait, you're onto something here? And he's like, come in, because that's what I would do. Like, you're investigating this too. You're onto something. Get the fuck in. Like, I don't give a fuck about this. Like, I want you to show me what you see, you know, because I'm trying to find my fucking kid too. But I understand where she was coming from as well. It's very, I get it. It's personal. So, But anyways, people are very private. They don't want to show you their shit, you know. They're grieving, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, he talks to the dad, and he triangulates from like different houses, kind of an area of where he thinks the kids may have gone, and that's where a plot hole kind of comes in. I'm like, wait a minute, and this I don't know if I whispered this to you, and it may have kind of occurred to you at the time too. I'm like, if he's just figuring out where he may have an approximation of the kids have gone, and this is a month after, and the police and the FBI have already been investigating this, they would have found this shit out too. Like,
yeah, this is probably the biggest plot hole and issue I have, and I'm gonna say this is an actual plot hole. This is definitely the biggest issue I have with is just how 30, however many kids, 15, 17, 18,
17, I think it was. Yeah, something like that.
17 kids disappear in one night. There's no bodies. There's no nothing. Every police force, authority force, FBI, CIA, the NSA, everyone's looking into this.
They would be.
And you mean to tell me now one other person other than a contractor was like, let's look at the footage. They're always running in a straight line. Let's just follow that fucking straight line. Where does that straight line lead? I won't say right now until we get to it because of spoilers, but then they would never stop investigating that spot.
You're right. Ever. They wouldn't stop.
Never, ever.
Because, okay, so I thought about that, and they explain it. They did find that spot, right? The cops at FBI found it, and they explained.
And they examined it once. No, okay, but that's the thing. That how many even like his dad, how many cop movies, murder mysteries, whatever, somebody will not let it go.
You're right. They won't.
All right.
You're absolutely right.
And I'm sorry, but when you have that kind of evidence, they all go to the same spot. The one kid who did not disappear has something to do with that spot. No, I'm sorry, but no one would ever go, oh, well, fuck. We looked, nothing here.
I was there once.
Case go cold.
I'm with you on that. With in terms of the cops or the FBI, you're talking about 17, however many kids are missing. And they were still investigating it. It was kind of a cold case.
It was a month later.
It was a month later. You're right.
Some cases don't go cold for years.
You're right.
17 kids disappear with no bodies. I'm sorry, but that case isn't going cold for at least 5.
And they will. And again, I'll get to the point. And if they don't cover it, I will make sure I cover it. Where they explain it, but I'm with you. They could have done a little bit better job, maybe of maybe explaining it better or whatever. But anyways. Okay, so where was I at? Okay, so using a map, he figures out their running paths and circles an area where he believes the children may have crossed paths that morning. So he's got a map, and he's triangulating on this map, and he kind of has like an approximate location. It's still a huge area, but he has kind of an approximate. Before he met up with Justine, Paul had a run-in with James. Now, Paul is the cop. Okay, now you're kind of going back to his perspective.
Oh, are we going to the cop perspective
we're going to the cop's perspective. And this is before he met with Justine at the bar, right? The teacher. Yep. They were exes. They have a one-night stand. This is now going back to Paul. This is where he's on the phone with his wife, and she's like, don't forget this, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, He just wants to get to work. And I'm like, I know, people are going to get mad. I get it. Fuck off. This scene is in this movie for this exact reason, because we all fucking relate. That we've all been there. We've been on the phone with our significant others, whether it's male or female. Right? And they're trying to give us information, and we're just trying to get to work. We're just trying to get lunch. We're just trying to do something. We love you. We love you. Please, it's not about that, right? It's just, we're just trying to, and for his example, he plays this so fucking well. She's just going on and on. And one more thing, and he's like, yes, honey, he's being nice, but he's at his locker. You can see his face. He's soulless. He's just like, I just want to get to work. I just want, and she's like, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yes, honey, Just don't forget one more thing. And go, oh, yep, love you too. He hangs up. He fucking slams the locker, and he goes, Jesus Christ. It's fucking amazing because we've
all... And then Coops looks at me and he's like, Boots does that to me every day. I fucking hate it. I'm just kidding, Boots. He never did that.
That's funny as fuck. Oh, shit. But I'm like, I can relate to that. I think a lot of us can. I'm not just saying men, fuck off. Men and women, we've all been on the other side of that conversation.
He's saying just men. He's saying you're all the problem. Let's rise up with it.
That's right. That's right. You fucking men, you bastards. Give him that old dick twister.
Give him the dick twist.
But anyways, so before he met it with Justine, Paul had a run-in with James. Now, James, he's played by Austin Abrams, a local drug addict and burglar. Paul. So Paul is like driving around, just being a cop, doing my cop shit, and he looks over and he sees James like breaking into a building, and he like hits him with the sirens.
This is coming up to one of the very few funny moments in the movie.
Yeah. He goes, whoop, and then James is like, oh, fuck, and he takes off, and Paul, in his cruiser, kind of keeping an eye on him. James is on foot. Paul's kind of tracking him down with his cruiser, and he kind of catches up to him. And I guess, let me see. They kind of do a real quick synopsis, but I'll kind of break it down the way I remember it. So he's like,
sure.
He chases him. He's chasing him, and he eventually stops the car, and he catches up to James, and he tackles him. And when he tackles him, he's very polite. He's being a good police officer. He's like, hey man, are you okay? We both took a fall here. Like, you're doing okay? He's like, yeah. And he's like, man, why'd you run?
He picks him up.
Yeah, he picks him up because why'd you run, man? Like, what's going on? And he's being very polite, cordial, like a police officer should be. Like, are you okay? And he's walking him over to his car.
Though he knows he's got to like cuff him.
Right.
He's still treating him like a person.
Yes.
He's still like, hey, exactly like you said, you okay? We fell. We're good. But then that's when he does he's got to pat him down, and he asks him like, do you have anything in your pockets that could stab me, prick me, hurt me?
Yep.
And what's the drug addict's name?
James.
James tells him no. And that's like, to me, this was probably the funniest part of the movie.
I know, it's good.
He's patting him down, reaches in his pocket. What happens?
Yep.
Drug addict's got a fucking needle in his pocket, and he pricks his fucking finger on it. And he's, and then without even missing a beat, with James facing the other direction, because he's got him cuffed, he's patting him down, just takes his hand and just fucking hammer punches him in the side of his head.
He knocks him the fuck out. He's just if I'm here, like he's just
and dude, that's part of the relatableness. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not fucking mad at him for doing that.
No, I was pissed.
I'd fucking be pissed too.
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
Because it's like, dude, you could have gotten AIDS, HIV, but even if like whatever, fucking, I'd be fucking pissed. I was like, yes, I tackled you, but I was being nice to you. I was picking you up, making sure you're okay. We were having a dialogue.
Right.
Then you lied to me and potentially affected my life in a dramatic way. A hammer punch you got off easy.
Yep. I could relate. I agree with you on that. What I'll say is that search I didn't like that search because he like I think they did this intentionally. He's like, you have anything in your pockets? I think a cop would have like patted the outside first,
right?
Would have felt there's something in here. But for the horror aspect, what he did was he puts the gloves on. He goes, you got anything in your pockets? Nope. He takes his fingers and he just jams them in those fucking pockets. He just goes, wow.
Right in there.
Right in there because it makes you go, oh, like, what are you doing, man? You're a cop. You should know better. But it's for that horror. I think it was more for the just jam your fucking fingers in there, dude. That's what I want. And that's what he does. He gets pricked by the needle, and that's what the reaction is. He's like, he's freaking out. He's like, oh, and he just fucking pop, and he knocks him unconscious. And then he goes into the car. He pulls out a kit. He's like, oh god.
He realizes his camera was on.
True. He realizes that too. So anyways, he's freaking out. He's like disconnecting his camera. He's like trying to treat his wound. And then he like wakes the guy up and he goes, listen, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to uncuff you and I'm going to fucking let you go. We're going to let bygones be bygones, right? Because I did something bad. I fucking punched you while you were cuffed, and you did something bad. You fucking lied. You were breaking into somewhere. You lied to me, and you pricked me with a fucking needle. So we're just going to let this go. I'm not going to arrest you. But if I ever fucking see you again, there's going to be a problem. You understand me?
Does he say, I'm going to kill you? I think he says, I'm going to kill you.
No, he doesn't say, I'm going to kill you. He goes, if I ever see you again, he goes, if I see you again, what is he? He doesn't say I'm going to kill you because he doesn't want to say I'm going to kill you specifically. He says like there's going to be an issue. He says something to that effect, and which is he is heavily implying I'm going to fucking kill you. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to hurt you or something. So
I want to watch it again because I'm pretty sure he says I'm going to kill you.
Does he?
I might be wrong,
but no, I
might be wrong. No, I might be wrong.
So let me see. Let me catch up to where I'm at here. Blah, 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 blah.
That's pretty much it for his story, isn't it? There isn't any. Well,
no, there's more. There's more.
Okay, good.
Okay, so Paul assaults James after being poked by a needle during a search and orders him to leave town, afraid the dash cam footage of him roughing up James may get him pulled from the force. Stressed over the potential backlash if James makes a complaint, Paul spirals. Following the assault, okay. James breaks. See, now it goes into James' perspectives. What happens with Paul, right? He goes back to the police station. He talks to his boss, the sheriff or whatever.
Who is also his father-in-law.
Yes, who is also his I didn't know that at the time, but yep, he is also his father-in-law. So he's telling him, hey, I fucked up. I think I fucked up. He's telling him. He does the right thing. He goes, He's coming clean. He goes, I fucked up. And the sheriff goes, listen, as long as this doesn't blah, 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 you might be okay. You know,
in 30 days, the video will clear.
Yeah.
So hopefully nothing happens in the next 30 days. He won't come in and complain or anything like that.
Right. And it's not right. You know, people blah, blah, blah. It's a fucking movie. You can say, I should have fired him. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. It's a fucking movie. This shit probably happens all the time. And you know what? Like, he was being a good cop. Should he have punched him? No. When he was cuffed? No. But he overreacted. He overreacted.
I think everything was just. I'm gonna be honest,
brother. I think
so. I'm like, with the fucking needle.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. I think a lot of people. No. I think a lot of people can go, you cocksucker. You know what I mean? Like, you could have given me AIDS.
Hate cops, man. That's
yeah, I know.
That's why people will be angry and be like, "You shouldn't say that was okay because it's cool to hate cops." Like, just think of it from a human perspective. He was treating him like a human. He did not get treated like a human, so he done punched a motherfucker in the head.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, ACAB, baby. All cops are bastards. No, I know. Fuck all that stupid shit. But no, once you're cuffed, you can't. That's it. You can't punch a guy once it's cuffed. But sure. I see. That's why the scene was so awesome, right? You can go relate. He just and just fucking decks him, you know. Because if he wouldn't have hit him, if he wouldn't,
such a hard hit.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it is. And if he wouldn't have hit him, it just wouldn't have been as much of an intense as a fun scene.
Dude,
if he just would have yelled at him,
if he didn't punch that guy,
yeah.
Like, I don't know how the movie concludes.
True, that's what I mean. All these things kind of happen for a reason. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's really well done.
That's wild. If you're listening to the podcast at this point, just to say, like, yeah, the random cop punching a druggie in the head. The movie, I don't know how you end the movie. That must sound weird. It's like, what the fuck does that have to do with the movie?
Right, but no, it does. It all kind of ties in together. It all because what it does is it places certain people in certain areas, and it reunites certain people at certain places. Right? It's kind of like that butterfly effect, right? Where one little change you might make. Yeah, I know. Butterfly effect. It's like one little change you make. You know what I mean? Can like alter. Like different things, like alter the course of your life, you know, depending on if I went to the party or I didn't go to the party. You know, it's just like one little thing, you know, it's kind of cool. So
that's what they connect all things.
Exactly. And this movie is full of that. You know, like it has all really sorts of that.
Kind of, and I hate saying this term like this, but I don't really know a better way to do it. But it does feel like it is kind of a masterclass of how to tell a story where everything connects, right?
Yeah.
Because there's little nitpicks, but other than the one, and I do think that probably is the only plot hole in the entire thing with the whole, police force not really doing that good a job.
Sure, I can see
that. I think he nailed it. Like, as far as making everything connect, having everything be fluid, and like, there's so many movies that do time skips where you just can't keep track of like, okay, where are we now?
And who is this? Why do I care?
This does such a good job of like, it introduces characters in someone else's perspective first, so then when they jump to that perspective, you're not confused.
You got it. And all the characters, and like you said before, like they're interesting. Every character it switches to, you're like, oh, here we go. What's going to happen next?
Yeah, there was not like when it swapped to someone, and I was like, oh, I would have, if it swapped back to Justine, but it never did.
I know, but she was included with
she was included in the end, but it was like Josh Brolin and her, so it's like, okay, well, Josh Brolin's there, so I can deal with.
That's true.
Stupid.
I like her. You're just like, no.
I fucking hate her as a character. I think it's a terrible character. I'm sure she's a great actress and she played the part well. My concern is not.
No, I know what you mean. It's the character in the story. The
character is so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
It's just such an insufferable character. Because she's making everything about her.
You're right, and I'm not.
We're going to get on the.
I know we're gonna go off on a tangent. Well, we should talk about her more eventually because I feel like we're gonna get into like the Last of Us 2 style debate or the Abby debate. You know what I mean? Like I'm not, and again, I am not trying to convince you. And that's the last thing I hate when people are like, no, you have to like her, and I'm gonna fucking make you like her. It's like, no, like of course she's kind of meant to be insufferable. I understand it, but she's also like depressed, drinking alcohol, and I have been in those, like I've been in a bad headspace where I'm not a good person to be around. You know what I mean? Where people are thinking, why is he thinking like this? Why is he saying this? This isn't who he is. You know what I mean? So I can relate. When I watched her be that way, it's like I can relate. I've never been like completely insufferable. But I've had moments where I've been like, I woke up the next day and I was like, I was quite the asshole to this particular person, or I may have said the wrong thing here. I wish I would have said things differently. You know what I mean? And we've all done that. But this is an insane.
But then she continues to do it.
I know, but she's drinking, motherfucker. And this is an insane situation. She's drinking. She's depressed. And Paul is that. Paul is you, right? Paul is that character going, honey, slow your roll, like breathe, calm down. He fucks up, right? He fucks her. That's where he fucking makes a mistake. So he gets wrapped into it. Him. So, right, but hey, he made that fucking mistake too.
No,
he should have made that mistake.
I'm not saying that's completely. No.
I'm
not saying that she forced him. But yeah, she's bad. She's a bad person. She's just a bad person. Like there's not, in my opinion.
I disagree. She's just
a bad person.
I should disagree. She's a bad person. I think she's just going through a real bad.
I think she's a bad person. Like something traumatic happens, and I'm totally sensitive to the trauma of it.
Sure.
But again, she basically ruined his life. She ruined his life because she was so self-centered in her own depression that she's like, you got to drink. I don't drink, but just do it for me. I really don't want to drink, but come on, let me tickle your pickle. I'm married. We really, come on. And then all of a sudden, there we go. So like, she's not a good person, but I'm also.
Did he trip and fall?
Right.
Did he trip and fall under her vagina?
I'm not saying he's a good person either. No one said he's a good person. She's not one either.
Oh shit. Okay. Let me see. We're never going to finish this. We're just going to debate about.
I'm going to title this podcast "Justine is a bad person."
We're just going to debate her all fucking night for like the next like 2 hours, and it's just like that's it.
We are getting through this recap slow. I'm sorry.
No, I don't care. It just makes me laugh. That's making me laugh. No, that's the fun shit. This is the fun shit. Debating about characters. She's a fucking fictional character. You know what I mean? Who gives a fuck? And that actress is phenomenal. She did a great fucking
she was
job.
Very good.
It's the same. Very good. It reminds me of not that people are hating on her for anything, but it reminds me of like Joffrey. The actor that played Joffrey, he did such a goddamn good job.
Interesting. You compare that to Joffrey. Do you think Joffrey's a good character?
I am not comparing her to Joffrey. It just reminds me
how we jumped from Justine to Joffrey. Both J's.
Sound very similar. Do they have the same amount of letters in their name? Is it an anagram? No, I don't know. You tell me.
I mean, it is. Joffrey's an anagram for Justine. It totally works.
Yeah, if you say it backwards, it's Joff. Like, whatever. Whatever. Shut the fuck up. But it's reminding me of, like...
No. That actor. She did a very good job.
Yeah, that actor got so much fucking hate.
That just... Yeah. That's
for playing.
Where did we leave off? Are we on Druggy's perspective now?
We're going to be. Yeah, we're on Druggy's perspective. So let me see. So Lord, the one thing that I wanted to just go back to. Oh, am I here? Hello. The
microphone, at least on Discord, keeps cutting out. I don't know if it's cutting out on OBS, but it just cut out where you like sounded robotic.
Okay, check 1 2. I'm
seeing. Think you're good now.
Okay, I'm seeing good level. So it just might have been a little internet hiccup. It just had been a little internet hiccup. Okay. So following the assault, right? So this is right after he beats him up. And so what ends up happening, Paul beats him up, goes to the sheriff, says, hey, this is what I've done. Sheriff's like, wait 30 days. Paul goes to leave, sees James, sees the drug addict. He just told, I better not see you again. And he's like, hey.
Yep.
What the
sees
fuck?
Him across the street and just starts chasing him down.
And James is just like chilling. And James looks up, sees Paul. He's like, and it just takes off. And then it's like, boom, black screen. then it goes to James' perspective. And like James is in a tent. I think he's on the phone. He's trying to score. He's trying to get more drugs. He's like hitting a meth pipe. He's like he's doing everything. He's trying to get high, right? He's looking for a score. That's all he's trying to get. And James
and Paul's like
they intertwine.
Stories are definitely the most intertwined, and they're also the shortest.
Yeah, they're short. They're pretty short, but they're good. They're short and sweet.
They're very
good. Short and sweet. And that's James right there. So that's James.
That was the scene when he got pricked on the finger. You can see him looking. There's blood coming out of the finger, and literally like 2 seconds later, he hammer punches James.
Yep. So that's Paul getting pricked. Yep. I keep just does it. Oh nope, it's coming up. It's coming up right there. That's where he gets pricked, and he just like, and then, and that's James. Like that's the parents. Yeah, we'll get to that, and that's James right there.
That's James,
and we'll get to this scene too, where what he's looking at. He's looking at the lady, but because we've talked about her already, but we'll get to what happening here.
Have we discussed what she is yet?
No. We will get to that. Yep. So you don't know what's going on yet. So, anyways,
James's perspective. He's basically, you're just looking through him being kind of a drifter at this point.
Right.
Like,
he's looking to score.
Whatever.
Yep. He's looking to get drugs.
He's looking to get drugs. He
Money,
steals a little girl's backpack that's got like a leapfrog pad in it.
He's like throwing shit out. He's going through this backpack. He's going through this backpack. He's just throwing shit out. It's like, I don't need this. I don't need this. This isn't worth any money. Like it was kind of funny. He takes it all
to a pawn shop to try to sell it, and the guy's like, I don't want any of this.
Yeah, it is bullshit. Yeah, this is all bullshit.
Yep. And then after that, don't they show his perspective of like, they're at least kind of the holdup or whatever with Paul, or no?
No, after that, like, he eventually stumbles on the house. Like, he finds...
Okay, I remember that. I just wasn't sure if they actually covered the Paul interaction or not. I don't remember if they did or didn't.
No, so when they go to James, like, this is, I think this is after... Like it's like because he shows him with like a black eye because this is when Paul punched him, so he's got a black eye, and so this is like after that interaction, and so he's like trying to score, blah blah. He's like he goes to the pawn shop, and then he finds I think his name's Andy, isn't it? The little kid. Andy, isn't it right?
Alex,
that's right. I'm sorry. I knew it started with an A, but Alex. He finds Alex's house. He just stumbles on it. He stumbles on the house because he's looking for
steal from the house. He's trying to get drug money.
Exactly. He's like trying car handles of doors, just trying to break into cars to steal shit. And then he sees the house. He's like, well, fuck. It looks kind of quiet. It's no one's around. And I'll break in and steal shit. And I'm looking for money, pretty much, just shit to sell for money. He breaks into the house, right, and again, it's like you're like, oh fuck, this is the first time you're like, they're now we're gonna see inside the house, right? Like the very inside, not from the teacher looking on the outside. Now we're gonna see what's in the house. So now the tension's building up.
The tension in that scene when he breaks in the house, like it's like, even if I was like, I mean, I guess maybe I don't know because I've never been that desperate for drug money.
Oh,
but
people breaking
getting in that house, dude. I like once you're in there, I'd immediately be like, oh no.
Well, but here's the thing, like we know, there's something fucked up in the house. He doesn't.
Well, the newspaper's on the windows. I'm just saying.
Sure.
Like there's not a single light on in the house, and there's newspaper on the windows. I don't need to know what's going on in that house other than I'm not in it.
Right. See, here's what I say. So here's what happens, right? I'm gonna put myself in his perspective. You're right. He's desperate. He wants drug money. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He don't get. He's not like us. He's not thinking like us.
Yeah, I've never been in that perspective, so I wouldn't know. I just know as a normal functioning human. No, absolutely not.
So I agree. So he goes in the window, and the first thing he does, he's like an upstairs window, is he goes into a house. It's cluttered, or into a room. And it's cluttered. It's like full of shit. And he's kind of like crawling through it, and he like gets out of it, and he's looking around the house. And it kind of seems like a normal house at first, like it's not like, it's just kind of a normal house. He's looking around. He's like, okay. He's like, it's quiet and kind of weird, but he's like, this is kind of strange. But you're right. It's dark. It's ominous, but nothing too red flaggy yet. Like nothing too like, because I'm like you. I'm thinking like, maybe they're gone. Maybe they're on vacation. The newspaper in the windows, that's weird. But maybe whoever's here, something's happened. I don't know. I don't know what's happened. So I'm just looking around. I just want some shit. I want to get the fuck out. So he's looking through some stuff. He goes downstairs. He's like opening drawers, looking at things, and he's just kind of looking around. And then all of a sudden, like he goes to the TV, and he's like kind of looking around for more shit, and he sees in the reflection of the TV the parents sitting on the couch, and he's like, oh shit, and he spins around and they're sitting there, and he's like, whoa.
They're just in a catatonic state. They are not moving.
You got it. They're just in a catatonic. They're just kind of sitting there staring straight ahead, and he's like, hello.
Like waving his hand in front of him.
Right. He like waves her hand. He does the thing where he waves his hand. He snaps at him a couple times, and they're just like, like this. Like you see a picture of him. You see him real quick where he's stabbing with the fork. I'll get into that, but they're just catatonic. They're just like, right, like staring straight ahead. He's like, okay, this is weird. And then he hears like a boom upstairs, like a thudding, like a boom, boom, and he's like, now he's starting to go, this is fucking weird, right? Like he's now starting to see the red flags, and he's like, okay,
yeah.
But even still, that's when get the fuck out of the house now. Get the fuck out of the house. But he's like, no, I'm still gonna look around for shit. I'm still gonna gather my shit and then get the fuck out. And that's when he like opens.
Then he goes into the basement.
No, he opens a drawer. Does he go into the basement? Is that when he goes into the basement?
Yes, that's the reason why he goes to the
He does
police
find out,
station.
yes. I understand. So I'm trying to remember what encourages him to go to the basement, because he's looking around.
He's trying to steal more shit.
Yeah, he's trying to steal more shit, and then he opens the basement door, and he looks, and he sees a bunch of fucking kids. Like,
bam, bam, bam.
He sees a bunch of kids just kind of staring in the darkness.
Doing some Blair Witch shit.
Yes, you're right. Blair Witch shit. Best way to describe it. They're just kind of staring at the wall, and it's very dark. It's creepy. He doesn't like go down there all the way. He just kind of sees it, and he's like, this is fucking weird. But see, I don't know if this is before or after, but because let me explain. Like he's going to get more shit. He like opens a drawer. He drops it. He's like, oh fuck. It makes a bunch of noise. Boom, like shit clatters out. He's gathering it up. He's looking down, and that's when both the fucking parents get up. And you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, that's after he discovers them in the basement.
It is after.
He wouldn't.
Because I thought it was like he's running away. He opens the door. He sees the kids. He's like, "Oh fuck!" He slams the door.
No,
he's trying to get away.
Just investigating, and then,
okay, so he's seen that
goes
already.
Upstairs and still loots more, and then
okay, so he sees the kids. He's like, "That's strange." Then he's he's like opening a drawer, and he's like the parents are like off to the side. You can see them sitting on the couch, and he can't see them. He's just like paying attention to what he's looking at. He's like trying to gather up shit, and when it hits the ground, it makes a bunch of noise. He's like, oh fuck, and he's trying to gather his shit up. The two parents get up, and you're like, oh fuck, and he's not paying attention to them. They start walking towards him. You're like, you're like, oh fuck, this is bad. And then but just when they get to him, he looks at him. He's like, oh fuck, and he panics, and then he's going to run. He runs out the house. Like he gets out of there. It's like just at that last minute. So he's seen the kids. He at the last minute.
He doesn't care still. Mind you, he's seen these kids and he is not empathetic about the kids at all.
Well, because he doesn't know what's going on. I don't think he has any fucking clue.
Okay, I'm sorry. You see 17 kids in a basement standing still. You're not just going to assume nothing, like everything's okay.
No.
He leaves the house, and what's the first thing he does? He goes to a pawn shop to pawn all the shit he stole.
Yeah, that's what he does.
So no empathy for kids.
No.
Sorry. He the only time he then decided to grow a backbone and do the right thing is when he saw a reward poster.
Yes.
It's one of the things that comes up on the trailer in the video.
Yep.
He sees a reward poster with a bunch of missing kids on it.
Yep.
Then it clicks in his brain and goes, oh fuck, that must be the missing kids.
You got it. So that's how he knows now. He is that missing puzzle piece, right? He knows where the fucking kids are now. And there's a $50,000 reward. So he's like, oh shit. So that's why Paul sees him.
That's why he's going to the police station.
You got it. To go, hey, I know where the kids are. So let me see where I kind of left off here. Okay.
Well, that's when like the chase ensues between the two of them.
Yep.
Paul then catches up to James and he cuffs him or whatever. I don't remember how the scuffle exactly happens.
Yep.
But that's when James tells Paul, hey, look, I know where the kids are.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. So I remember what the scuffle starts happening. So James, right. So they start chasing each other, right? Or Paul starts chasing James. James is running away. This is when he runs into the woods. He's like, yeah, I got away from that cop. Fuck that cop, motherfucker, blah, blah.
Yeah, okay.
And then James is like, he realizes he's in the middle of the woods, and he like gets a weird feeling. And then that's where you see him Like, he's in the woods, the head tilt. He sees something. He sees an old lady in makeup, and she's like waving at him. She's like, hi. And he's like,
really creepy.
Right. And this is when he's doing this head tilt. At first, I thought this head tilt thing, he's like infected or something. I didn't know what it meant. Like, he looks really like in a weird zombie like trance, but no, he's doing like a, what the fuck am I looking at? So this is the scene, and he sees this old lady in the woods, and she waves at him, and he's like, oh, he freaks out. He runs back to his tent, and he's like, oh, and I'm like, dude, your tent, really? You run into a fucking tent? But whatever, you're freaking out. You're a drug addict. You know what I mean? Like, duh. So he runs into his tent, and he's like, oh, and all of a sudden, a shadow shows up. And he's like looking around, and he grabs 3 fucking needles, and he's got them in his hand like a weapon. He's like, come on, motherfucker. And it's, yep, the zipper slowly starts to open up the tent, and he's like, he's got it. He's like, he goes like, ah! He fucking rushes at it, and he stabs it in the face. It's the fucking cop.
Yeah.
So now he's got 3
Paul has been
fucking needles. 3 fucking needles in his face. 3. He's got 3 needles in his fucking cheek. He's like, ah! And I don't think what happens, like, I think it might even change the scene or whatever, but it was great. But anyways, that's when Paul, like, rips him out. They get into a fucking scuffle. Paul's got a shotgun, and he's like, ready to probably fucking blow his brains out. And that's when he goes, whoa, wait. I know where the kids are. And Paul's like, yeah, right. Fuck you. Fuck yeah, right. He's like, I know where they're at. Wait a minute. And he's like, huh? And then he like arrests them and brings them into his car. And they have that funny moment where Paul finally looks at him at the back of his seat. He's like, do you have AIDS? The guy's like, what? He's like, do you have AIDS? Because he's like, motherfucker, like, I'm freaking out the fuck out. He's like, I don't think so. It's like, oh, that's not really reassuring. Like, I don't think I do. It's like, you motherfucker.
He's not exactly the person to get regular tests.
That's true. But anyways, so yep. So I'll kind of recover this. So James flees into the woods, where he spots a strange woman waving at him. Paul catches up with James, who convinces the paranoid officer about what he saw. So that's where, that's where it breaks it down. I explained to you that's like more intricate detail what happened. With James locked in the back of his police cruiser, Paul drives him to Alex's house. So, right, James is like, hey, I know where the house is. I'll take you there. Paul drives him there. This is another good scene too, right? Leaving James in the car. So now it's daylight still. They pull up to the car or to the house. Paul's like, fucking wait here. And, James is in the back cuffed, and he's like, okay, whatever. Paul goes up to the door, knocks on it. Door opens. You can't see who he's talking to. He's talking to somebody, and they're talking back to him. You just see him standing there, the back of him in pitch darkness, into the house. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck, he's going to get grabbed or something. Like, fuck.
He's going to get got.
You got it. But what ends up happening, he's talking, and he just slowly walks inside, and the door shuts. And you're like, well, that's not good either. Like, that can't be good either. It wasn't like he was forced in, but you just can't be good either. So that's what ends up
to like James's perspective, right? He's in.
Well, so what ends up happening? Paul drives him to Alex's house, leaving James in the car while he enters. Oh, so then, yep, you're absolutely right. Hours later, so now it's nighttime. Did you want to tell kind of what happens next, or do you want me to kind of cover it?
No, you can keep going.
Okay. You're right. Nighttime hits. It's James. He's in the back of the car. Like, he's pissed. What the fuck? It's been hours, right? He's like, what the fuck's going on? What the fuck? The door slowly opens. It's night now, so of course it's 10 times creepier. You're like, oh, what the fuck's going on? And all of a sudden, Paul just comes outside like Nemesis, right, in Resident Evil, just zeroing in
on a mission,
and just like walking to the police car. And even James is like, what the fuck's going on? And he's like, he rips the door open. James is like, what the fuck, man? And Paul grabs him, and he's dragging him in the fucking house. He's like, holy shit, help. He's just dragging him in the house, and then it's black. It's like, and then it switches to, let me see. Yeah, Paul emerges from the house and drags James inside. So then it switches to, I think Justine or something. Yep, it switches to Justine now to get in another different conversation. But
have we still not covered the principal's perspective?
No, it's coming to that. It is coming to that.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to, because we are going to figure out like the meeting and all that. We're still learning kind of what's going on. Now dragged James, the drug addict, in the house. That is where we left off, and it's gone black screen, and now we're switching to another perspective.
Whose perspective are we in now?
Now I think let me finish reading this, and I think it might help me because I'm not 100% positive on that.
I wanted to say it went to the principals after this, or someone.
It probably did. It could have possibly done that.
Oh no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Okay,
because
who do you think?
I think it does go to like Justine and Josh Brolin's.
Okay, possible.
Because
is it queuing up for the gas station? You know what I mean? Is it queuing up?
Yeah.
For that?
What comes first?
I don't know. I know. I think
the principal does come first because it just shows him at the end running off, and then it goes to. No, because don't you see the attack happen first, and then it flashes back?
I don't remember.
Some perspective got lost somewhere. Let's just talk about. We'll talk about the gas station. Right?
Okay. You want to talk about the gas station now? Or you want me to keep reading with what we got?
Well, you said yours isn't in the right order, right?
This like what I'm reading is in the order of how the movie was presented. It's not in chronological order. Yeah,
that's fine. So in presented, whose perspective is next?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. So after giving in to Justine's request to call in Alex's parents for a wellness check, Marcus does so and is visited by Alex's Aunt Gladys, who claims that his parents are ill and that she is now caring for the family. Despite her insisting that things are fine at home, Marcus says he must meet. Marcus is Benedict Wong, the principal, must meet with Alex's parents.
That's when she goes to the office, right?
You got it. Or he will be forced to contact the authorities, meaning he's going to have to call them again. He's like, I have to meet the parents again. I need an update, right? We have met them once. We need to meet them again. And now he's talking to Aunt Gladys. This is the first time you're meeting Aunt Gladys, but you have seen her. You know, this is this old lady these people have seen. This now we're being introduced to her. And she's very go ahead.
Sorry. It's the perspective
of the principal is of the principal. Yeah. And she comes in. She comes
into the office.
Yes. Yeah. She comes into the office. You're like, what is going on? She's this old lady, and she's got makeup on, real bright red lipstick. She's put makeup on like she doesn't really quite know how to do it. You know what I mean? Like, she knows how to do it, but it's overdone. It's way overdone. So I'm watching. It looks
like she's trying to like model her makeup in something that's over 100 years old. Right? Like that's what people... how they wore it or whatever.
Back then, you're absolutely right. That's a great point. So she's sitting in the meeting so I'll kind of break this meeting down better. She's sitting in the meeting and he's like, hey, how everything's going? And she's like, oh, it's good. And, the parents are just so sick and frail. And this is where this is where I was like, oh, I think I know what this is. Okay. She's like, he asks her like, well, how are the parents? She goes, well, it just seems like they've come down with a case of consumption.
Yeah.
And he's like,
the principal's like,
go ahead.
I don't think they've had like cases of consumption since, the 1800s or whatever.
He's like, this is so, and he's being so he's very kind. Like, oh, that's so, he's confused, but he's being very kind. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I've just never heard of consumption. He's like, I've heard of it, but it's like, yeah, like what you just said, that hasn't been around since like the 1800s. So my first clue, and I won't say anything, but my clue that popped in my head was, well, who this old lady, she's old. She's very, very, very old, is all I'll say. Like, that was my clue. And then I was like, I think I know what this is. So, because, like, she's kind of talking, and he's like, unfortunately, I have to meet with the parents because we need to kind of have a wellness check and, like, an update because, like, we have to make sure Alex is doing okay, and we have to make sure, like, obviously, like, there's 17 other kids missing, or I don't remember the exact numbers. There's, missing, and we have to kind of make, keep up with the investigation, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, well, okay. And she looks at something, and the camera pans to it. And I think it was, I can't remember exactly what it was at the time, but it's obviously anytime, like, you're watching a fucking movie, if the camera pans to something, it's important. Like, there's a reason it's panning to this thing. So I try to always kind of pay attention to what the camera's showing me, and I missed it. It does. She looks at it, it pans to it, and he's like, okay, and she goes, okay.
You talking about the ribbons?
The ribbons, yes.
Yeah,
you're right. They were ribbons, but she looks at him, and he's like, I have to meet her. You meet the parents, and she's like, okay. Shortly afterwards, Gladys. So this is the next.
This is where it gets fucked up. Yeah.
This is another. See, this is why this movie is so fucking. It's scene by scene.
It's just like connecting stuff really well.
Connecting stuff very well, and the pacing is excellent. Right? It's got moments of levity, moments of moments of humanity, and people comedy. I agree with you. No, it's not a comedy, but you know what I mean. It's just got those comedic moments, those flash in the pan moments. But this is one of those scenes where now it's time for horror. Now it's time to wear the horror hat.
We're gonna get a lot of answers to questions, but then also more questions on top of those answers.
Absolutely.
And that's where like that's from the principal's perspective, and he's in his house, right, with his husband or boyfriend or whatever.
Got it. Cover it. Yeah, go cover it if you want to do this. Hell yeah.
Yeah, sure. Just based off memory, obviously. Some of it might not all be correct.
That's fine. Based off memory, dude.
That's where like they show that the principal and his husband are like sitting down to eat. And again, I like just watching random like YouTube reviews after the fact and stuff like that.
Sure.
The movie, I guess, obviously is supposed to be like, there's interpretations about addiction in the movie, like different kinds of addiction, where you have James with his drug addiction.
Sure.
Justine with alcohol addiction.
Sure.
And then you get to the principal and his husband, and they are eating an inordinate amount of hot dogs and food.
Oh, really? So food addiction.
To sit down and watch TV.
Okay. I didn't notice
I think so. Like, that's at least what I gathered off of what the dude who reviewed it also brought up, too.
Sure.
Because, like, if you notice, they're eating, like, there's 8 hot dogs on a tray.
Damn.
There's, like, chips and Twinkies.
Oh, wow.
And
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, they can hit double your record, by the way. 8 hot dogs. Okay.
Oh, fucking hell. Can you explain that real quick for the people that have no idea what the fuck that means? Just real quick.
So Coops and a friend of ours was doing a stream. His name's F&D, and he did a like special game show stream called like Best Friends or something like that, where he basically
so much
grabbed
fun. It was a great idea.
It was really cool. It was a good idea.
It was awesome.
He'd take 2 people like who streamed or who he knew or friends of his on the internet, people who on the internet, and he would take 2 best friends and ask them questions to sort of test how good of friends they were. It was kind of like that one show, the Newlyweds or whatever, the fucking, I don't remember what it is, where they'll ask the husband something and then they see if the wife can match it.
Yep.
Newlyweds.
You got it.
And one of the questions was asked to me was, how many hot dogs could Coops eat in one sitting? And, I'm a fairly large man. Coops is not as big a man as I am. He used to be a lot bigger. He's lost a lot of weight. He looks good.
Thank you. I'll thank you. But I'm pretty big. I'm still pretty fat.
But he's a bigger fella, and I know what I could eat.
Sure.
How many hot dogs? Like in my head, I'm like, yeah, in the span of like 20 minutes, because that was what it was. How many hot dogs do you think you could eat in 20 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever? Okay. And I was like, I probably could smash 15. I probably could do 15.
I must have missed that, but I'll go ahead. Go ahead.
And then, so I was like, well, it'll probably be less than me because I'm bigger than Coops and I eat really fast. And so I was like, oh, for me, it'd be 15. So for Coops, I was like, I'll guess maybe like 10, maybe 8 to 10, but I'll say 10. Sure.
Respectable.
F&D gets to you with the question, and he asks, how many hot dogs do you think you could eat in a span of, I don't remember how much time it was.
Yeah.
It was like 20 or 30 minutes, something about a hot dog eating contest. How many do you think you could eat? And without even missing a beat, Coops just says 4. And he's really confident in the answer. And like, I don't say anything. F&D doesn't say anything.
I was 4. Yeah, all I could use 4.
Realistically, 4 is a very low amount. If you're trying to do a competition to see how much you can eat, 4, those are some pussy numbers. Those are some pretty, and so like, it was just funny because I was just so sure. 4? And after he said 4, I'm like, 4? You eat like 4 in 20, 30 minutes? You can eat 4 hot dogs in 2 minutes, let alone fucking 15 minutes.
Yeah. So
it was just funny. It was just because now it's just a running joke. F&D will always come in and whenever there's 4 hot dogs, anything 4 hot dogs mentioned, we always talk about Coops can only eat 4 hot dogs in a hot dog eating competition.
I'm such a dumbass. So I miss I just misheard the joke, or the question. I just misunderstood it. For whatever reason, I was thinking like, he's like, how many hot dogs could you eat in one sitting? Is what I thought of. Like, that's how I simply put it. And I'm thinking these are hot dogs in buns, ketchup, mustard, fucking onion. You know what I mean? Like hot dogs.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I only eat if I'm gonna eat hot dogs, I eat two. I eat two hot dogs and
I
chips.
Think the question when it's how many you can eat in one sitting, it's like max. It's like weightlifting. What's your PB?
Yes.
What do you top out at?
I missed that. Like, I misunderstood. Like, if this is a hot dog eating competition and they're just wieners and buns, just start slamming them. Yeah, I could see 10. Like, and I'm gonna be in pain, but yeah, you're just gonna slam them, and you just drink water. You watch those guys, like, they're slamming the wieners and they're just drinking water real quick and slamming them. Like, yes, I could eat way more than 4. I'm a fucking idiot. I know I could, but I just misread that as like, you know, like, how many do you eat in a sitting, dummy? Like, you know, that wasn't the question. It was like, how many could you eat?
It was so funny.
Yeah, I misunderstood it. I'm an idiot.
It was such a loud silence.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was. I was like, 4. I'm like, what? Like, I could only eat 4 fucking hot dogs, guys, max. Bro, I eat 2 normally. Like, what do you guys want from me? And then you were like, 4? And then it all just blew up. And then F&D is ripping on me. Because we were
competing against Ty and Disturbed, too. So they were in the call, too. And just no one said anything after you said 4. It was 4? Such a long pause.
Only 4? Really? Like, what? Is he got something wrong with him? Like, what? 4? I'm like, dude, I got 4 loaded ass fucking hot dogs, okay, boys? All right,
dude,
they're chili
honestly,
dogs.
I feel like if you're going to say loaded chili dogs, I still think I could probably do 8 to 10. Damn. I would feel awful afterwards.
Oh, no.
But yeah, I could totally fucking... If this is like, just eat as many as you can right now, but again, the full works, chili and all that, yeah, I think I'd be able to nail down 8 at least. But again, like I said, I would be on the toilet in the next 15 minutes and I would just be...
Oh, dude. Huh? I gotta be fucking quiet. You can't do that shit to me. It's like the Dumb and Dumber. Fucking, he's on the
exactly.
Exactly. Your legs are in the air. It's just Randy at South Park. Hot.
Just spinning. Hot.
Yeah, dude. Oh no, I love chili dogs. I'm sorry, man. I'm not a hot dog competition guy. After 3, I'm done. There's just no world where I could eat after 3.
That's usually all I ever eat, too. That's usually I'll eat 2 or 3 and I'll be like, I'm good.
But
yeah, if I'm at like a barbecue and they're like, dude, just keep eating them.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll probably make it to like 7 or 8 before I'm like,
oh.
Because they're just there.
I've made a terrible mistake.
Dude, you're talking to the guy like, once a month in high school, me and my buddy went out and got a Crave case, and we just smashed it. And
I know, man. Me and my buddy got Crave cases too, bro. Fucking love Crave cases. But the fucking farts. I remember one time.
The White Castle shits and farts after are terrible.
They're so funny. We went to Pontiac because me and my buddies, and we bought a Crave case because there was like 4 or 5 of us, and we figured that's gonna be awesome. Yeah. We'll just be handing burgers to each other on the way, like little burgers, great. But we underestimated our anuses because we were trapped in a fucking car, and I knew
hotbox in the car.
We fucking hotbox each other with methane, bro. And like my ass, I knew especially, I'm like, my ass is gonna be bad. My farts are terrible. They're nasty for me. You know, when your own farts are bad, it's fucking bad. And I was like, I'm eating them. I'm like, this is so good. I love White Castle. I forget how good these are. Yum 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 yum. And then all of a sudden, this is my tummy. And that's when it occurred to me. I was like, oh, fuck. I remember my gas is real bad after White Castle. So I was like, boys, I'm sorry. And I just let it rip. It was an honor
serving with you.
And I just let it rip. And the windows were open. And then it was just like maybe 30 seconds. What the fuck is that? Like, that is fucking disgusting.
I'd have raised the windows. I'd have closed them and locked them.
We did. My buddy Kevin was like, up. And we raised all the windows. I'm laughing my fucking ass off because it smells horrible. And I know it's bad because I know it's me. It's fucking terrible.
Did it even try to rip ass to counteract you?
Oh, I'm sure we did. I'm sure more ass is being ripped to counteract us, I'm sure. But anyways, dude. Oh yeah, dude.
Welcome to the Weapons Podcast, everybody.
Yeah, my ass. my ass was a weapon that night, dude.
It was a
Absolutely,
weapon. Dude. That's great.
But okay, yeah, you're right. back to the podcast, back to weapons. After that wonderful little story. So okay,
story.
where are we at?
I could smell it through here. Oh, the principal.
Yeah,
So
yeah, can you smell? Yeah, go ahead.
He and his husband were sitting down to eat, and again, that's why they put so much emphasis on the food, because ordinarily that doesn't matter. But I think that's their whole message, where it's like, oh, it's about addiction.
Yeah,
so then the
that.
door.
I didn't catch that.
The doorbell rings. They had another Easter egg in that too. I don't know if I really subscribe to this one, but like it's in the movie, it's fine. I think it's just kind of doing too much, like something that doesn't matter.
Okay.
They're watching like a National Geographic show when they're going to eat, and it's about cordyceps.
I saw that. I did see that.
And then earlier, there's a scene where, like when the teacher's having her dream, and you look at the whiteboard. There's something about parasites on the whiteboard. So that's them kind of trying to be like, oh, well, this is what's happening, because I won't spoil what's happening, but that's their way of being like, it's kind of like a parasite thing that all these. Blah, blah, blah. But
okay, again, little hints, little Easter egg type things. Because cordyceps,
I just feel like that's just too much. You know what I mean? It's like doing like the assault rifle. Like we don't need all of this imagery, because to me, I don't really see the correlation with parasites and what's happening right now. Like what we know. I mean, we know what the ending and like what causes everything.
Right.
To me, that's not a parasite. That's not. So
well, go into now what's happening, like with the principal and stuff. Now that you're gonna get the reveal. We keep like edging people.
We get sidetracked. Yeah.
No, I know. It's okay. It's all right.
So then they get a knock at the door, and they open the door, and it's Gladys is her name, is the old lady who
he just talked to at the office.
He just talked to at the office.
Yep.
So then she shows up at their place saying that, like,
I'm thirsty.
Okay,
I would need some water.
Well, she first says like, okay, we can make this work with the dad.
Oh,
like he can talk to you. And that's like, that was her excuse for coming over, why she was even there.
Oh, that's right.
And then she's like, I know this might be inappropriate, but do you guys have water? Like, I'm really thirsty and I just need some water. I'm parched.
That's right.
So then the husband gets up, and the principal is he's like, oh, I don't know if that's, like really the best idea right now. Cause like you have to maintain a professional relationship with parents.
I don't want to let you in the house.
So he's like, I don't know if that's great. But then the husband comes over, like, what? No, are you kidding? Cause he like loves the aesthetic of this old lady. Cause I guess maybe gay guy in fancy colors. I don't know. But like, he's like, no, yeah, you come in, you can get water. That's fine. But then she's like, and I know it's a weird request, but could I get it in a bowl?
Yeah.
And both of them are like, a bowl? What do you mean? Why do you need a bowl?
And what she says next, do you remember what she says? That's really cool.
She covers it really like well. She's like, it's just a bug I have. And at this point, I just don't even bother explaining it anymore, because it's just part of who I am.
Yep. It's just okay. Like, it's like, I don't even
That's how she brushes it off. It's like, I'm not going to answer your question. I don't want to answer it, because it's just something I've gotten used to, and so should you, basically.
Yeah, and what's going to happen next doesn't fucking matter anyways.
Yeah, so like, I mean, there was a blatant lie. Like, she said that to get the bowl so she could do what she's doing.
Got it.
And this is where it sort of explains, not entirely, but kind of what's going on.
Yes.
Because he gets her the bowl of water or whatever, and they're having a conversation. I don't remember what the conversation is about. That's not really important anyways.
You got it.
But then she, in the middle of the conversation, they're like scissors come out or something, and she goes up to the principal's husband and snips off a lock of hair. And that freaks them the fuck out. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? And then the principal's like, I'm going to call the cops. And the whole time she's been going through, before she cuts the hair, she puts together this like thing with a twig, like a branch. And she pricks her finger on one of the needles of the branch. And again, they're just like, whoa. And that's when she snips the hair and like, I'm calling the cops. And she wraps...
Just to interrupt real quickly, and I'll let you finish. She's talking to them in the meantime too. I can't exactly remember what she's saying, but she's kind of just being like, hey, it's no big deal. I'm just showing what you're doing. Oh, hey, look at this. It's my hand. And she slices her hand, and that's when they're like, whoa. That's immediately stop. Call 911. But go ahead. Now go ahead. Sorry.
On the stick, no, it's okay. On the stick, you can see that the ribbons are on the stick that she got from the principal's office.
That's right.
And then she gets the lock of hair.
I missed that.
From the husband, and she does the same thing. She like ties it around the stick or does something, puts it in water, and like they're still like, we're calling the cops. We got to do what's going on. And then she snaps the stick.
Yep.
And all of a sudden the principal, it's like instant. The principal just stops talking.
Yep. He's like this. Like he's like convulsing. Like he's just that's Benedict Wong's character. He's just like kind of staring, just convulsing. He can't do anything. He's just and his husband's like, what the fuck is going on? But then, but go ahead.
So whatever, after he like seizes or he's doing his whatever, I think she snaps it again, and that gives him basically a command.
She has a ring. She rings a bell. That's the.
There you go. Bing! That's it. She rings a bell because that's in the trailer. Even though the bell, like the trailer's in the bell, the bell is in the trailer. The bell only shows up like twice.
Yeah, it's only twice.
I completely forgot there was even a bell.
Yeah, there's.
She rings a bell, and that gives him a command, and the command is to kill the fuck out of his husband.
Yeah, like his.
And
oh boy.
And he kills the fuck out of the husband because he basically gets the husband to the ground, and then he headbutts him in the face. Like 15, 20 times.
He doesn't stop
until the husband's face is caved in.
Yeah,
and the principal's face is all cut up from like the husband's teeth, the bone, everything from just headbutting the husband. And then she either rings the bell again because she pulls out, this is where you're supposed to remember stuff, she pulls out blonde hair.
Yeah.
What's the blonde hair for?
You got it.
Right. Justine had her hair cut. So she wraps the hair around the branch and rings the bell again or something. And then the principal just runs out of the house with his arms out to his side, just like the kids were running with.
You got it.
So now you're starting to connect things. You're like, oh, Gladys is behind everything, which you kind of get when you see her in the dreams anyways, but you don't really know what the fuck she is. Like, until Gladys showed up in the principal's office, I had no idea what the fuck she was, like what that was.
No.
I wasn't sure if it was a ghost, if it was a demon, if it was a clown, if it was a whatever.
What she was where at? I'm sorry, you didn't know when. What did you just say? I'm sorry.
When you first see her like on the ceiling in Justine's place or in the bed of Archer's kid.
Yep.
Like, I didn't know what I was looking at.
Yes,
I didn't know,
agree.
like I said, if it was a clown, if it was a demon, if it was a ghost, if it was a woman. I didn't know. But once you see her get in the office, then you sort of put two and two together. And then with this, you're like, oh,
yes,
this is everything that's happening. Yep. So we jumped the shark at one part, but basically you see that the principal's character, I'm just going to say B.D. Wong.
Sure.
B.D. Wong is just hauling ass down the road with his arms to his side.
Yep.
And we jumped the shark at one point because there is a scene where Justine and Archer are like having an argument.
That's coming up. That's coming up right now.
At a gas station. Yeah, I know, but I think the way the movie played it was the attack happened first.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
And you didn't know what happened.
Yeah.
That's all. That's why I'm telling it. Just like saying, oh, we jumped the shark. Because yes, it's coming up, but technically, I think in the movie it happened first.
Okay, I think I remember. It happens first. She runs into the gas station, and then it changes perspective.
You're
right.
Exactly.
So go ahead.
Basically, what happens at the gas station
Otis is
Justine
cooking.
and Archer are having a conversation or an argument.
Yes.
And in the middle of the argument, you see Justine's eyes sort of leave Archer's face and look past him.
It's a great scene.
It's a really good scene because it's creepy.
And he's
you don't know what's going on.
It's in slow motion, and he's like doing this. But go ahead. He's like.
Yeah, he's like yelling at her and just berating her. And you see a figure running directly towards her with his arms out, just like the kids were running. And you don't really know what's happening until like right at the last second where I forget what the principal's name is. She actually says that.
B.D. Wong.
B.D. Wong. Yeah, whatever. B.D. Wong. She's like, B.D. Wong? And
Benedict Wong? Is that Benedict Wong running at me?
He tackles her, and then Archer, because even though he's angry at her, he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It starts getting in a fight with B.D. Wong, like pulling him off her. And you see that like he doesn't care about Archer at all.
No.
His whole goal, and mind you, his eyes, he doesn't blink ever. His eyes are big and open. They're almost bulging out of his head. Now, that probably is from the trauma of his own headbutt with his husband, but it's really creepy. And you see Archer's trying to pull him off or whatever, and chases her. Like, she runs away into the gas station. The B.D. Wong's character is zombified. I'm just going to say it's not zombie, but whatever. And, he's trying to go after her, and that's when it cuts. And then I forget what other scene happens. But then picking up from B.D. Wong's perspective,
you got it.
He's hauling ass, and you see his perspective to get to the gas station.
Yes.
And then we pick up after the tussle, and that's when Justine's character drives away. And BD Wong, who's still being mind controlled, completely ignores Archer and just starts hauling ass towards her.
She's in her cart. Yep. Still chasing
basically, whatever this spell is that Gladys is putting on people and then gives them a command, it basically makes them become a homing missile where they do not
a weapon
break. Yes, a weapon.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter. His only goal is I must kill Justine. And so he chases after her, and Archer hops in his car and is chasing BD Wong running. Mind you, BD Wong is a big guy, right? And he's a chunky character. They just showed this spell destroys any physical limitations you might have.
You're just running.
He's just running full speed, arms out, just Naruto running at full speed, not ever breaking his fucking gait.
Sasuke.
And that exactly.
Yeah.
And then Archer sees that a car whams into him, and it basically exploded his body.
Yeah, he blew up.
It wasn't like a normal, he got hit by a car and dragged across the road, and he exploded. He became red-colored rippy bits.
And it was a little bit like, huh? But okay.
Yeah,
he gone.
And I don't remember where it goes after that. I know Archer and Justine then link up.
Wouldn't it have been cooler?
I don't remember how we get there.
Just real quickly, wouldn't it have been cooler, if Archer shows up and instead of BD Wong's character being completely dead, he's mangled and fucked up, and he's still
twitching, he's still
trying to get to Justine, he's crawling towards her, in a direction. You know what I mean?
It is weird because it's it makes them superhuman because there's no way he can run that speed. And maybe it wasn't superhuman.
No,
maybe it just blocks any incapacitations you might have.
Yes, it keeps you going.
Because a normal human, if you sprint for a mile, you're not going to.
No, you're dead.
And then you can't keep going. But this trance that it puts you in, or whatever, all of those limitations. Because if you listen, he is.
Oh yeah,
he is running out of breath. His lungs are working.
Yep.
But maybe it's just to the point where you will work your body to the point of failure.
True, where you just
and then the car hitting it, that was failure. But I agree.
Right.
I think that would make it very cool. But he was dead at that point.
They're not superhuman, right? Because later on, there's a fight, right? So
I
they're
feel
not superhuman.
That is partly superhuman. The fact that you can keep running past your limitations and not stop, it does kind of make you superhuman.
Let me reiterate. You're right. Let me what I guess I meant is they're not super strong, but you're right. It is superhuman where when you become this weapon, you don't care about pain. You don't care about nothing stops you.
Exhaustion is not a thing you feel.
Exactly. I think what could potentially happen is maybe after so long, your body would just give out. You will just pass out.
Yeah, probably. If he had to keep running for 5 more miles at that speed, it's probably he just would have fallen over because his heart would have exploded or his lungs would have exploded.
You got it. Exactly. His organs would have failed. They just could not handle it anymore. But you're right. It is superhuman. You are pushing past your body's limitations. Your brain isn't working anymore. Your brain isn't there to tell you limit isn't your limit, your warning system. You have no warning system. And as you later on, we'll get into it when they get into a fight with them, it's just they won't stop. So that you are a weapon. You are nonstop going. That's what I love about it. They don't blink, and you're breathing hard, and they're you hear him. He's trying to kill Justine, and he's just the whole time, almost like a rabid dog. You're just trying to, or 28 years later, zombie. You're just trying to rage. You're just trying to kill your target violently and as fast as possible. Just murder it. It's cool. It's a little twist. It's not just zombies. You know what I mean? You are brainwashed and warped by Gladys as a weapon. And what occurred to me, right, is I guess I'll just say it because they never explicitly say that she's this, but the Easter egg in the beginning of witch, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it seems to the parents have come down with consumption, right? Some old ass thing from the 1800s. So she's clearly an old ass witch, and she's got some ritual she's done, and she wrapped the ribbon around the stick and the hair and snapped the twig, and that made him, and then she rang the bell, and that was the go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's a witch, but go ahead.
Is that when we go into to Alex's perspective.
Okay, that's coming up real quick here. So you covered all this. So repeating the same ritual but using hair that was cut from Justine. Okay, so he beats his husband to death. Now the witch repeats the same ritual with the hair that you just said, Justine's hair, and sends him on after Justine. He attacks her at the gas station. He gets murked, and then now, Archer fends off Marcus with the possessed man giving chase before he's killed by an car. Justine and Archer reconcile after the terrifying event, right? They're like, okay, he's like, clearly you have nothing to do with this. Like, something's going on here. And she's like, okay. And he's like, I noticed how he was running. He was running with his hands down at his sides like the kids were running. So there's something going on. I don't know what it is, but there's something going on here. And he reveals his research to her and trying to find out where the children went. Like, he shows her the map. Like, I triangulated all these areas, blah, blah, blah. As she looks at the map, she is the last puzzle piece. Justine identifies the house in the circled area on it, right? She's been to Alex's house. She sees in the circled area, he's got like an approximate area. She's like, oh my God, Alex's house is in this area. That's gotta be where the kids have gone to. He was the only one that was left. You know, like there's got to be something to do with this house. And I don't know.
This is something good law enforcement would have figured out in probably 2 weeks.
Here's the thing, right? I don't know when they show this scene. Maybe they've already shown it or it's coming up, but I'll talk about it right now. You're talking about
when they investigate the house?
Yes. So that's
when it goes into Alex's perspective.
Yes.
Like they cover that when they go into Alex's perspective.
You're right. So it's got to be coming up. So prior to the disappearance of Justine's class, here it is now. So yes, you're absolutely correct. It switches to Alex's perspective. And now you're going to get, like you just said, right? When you find out that she does this ritual and the principal kills his husband and then goes after Justine, you have answers, but now more questions. Now switching into Alex's perspective, you're going to get all of your answers. Lots of answers. Here is now what's happening. So prior to the disappearance of Justine's class, Alex's parents, now you see Alex's parents, they're normal parents, normal loving, they love their son, they're good parents. Alex's parents had agreed to take in his Aunt Gladys, who they claim is very ill. Flashbacks show Alex's parents helping her into the house late at night after Alex is put to bed. Curious, he peeks into her room where he sees a red wig, a small tree, and a frail old woman watching him.
So there was something though that we kind of glossed over.
Sure,
that we should cover really quick. The whole beginning part with Alex's parents, talking about because she's very sick, we'll look after her. The parents kind of have a conversation where you kind of get the inkling that neither of them know her that well or particularly like her that much.
Yeah,
they don't really know anything about it. And when the husband asks the wife, is this really something we should do? She says something along the lines of like, well, my mom would do it, so I should too.
Yeah.
But you really don't get the feeling that they're that close with this aunt. They don't even know her. And Alex has no idea who she even is.
And Alex doesn't want her. He's like, how long is she going to be here? And the dad's like, hopefully a month.
Like a month.
Yeah, like a month. And he's kind of like, hopefully. You know what I mean? So no one's looking forward to this.
None of them really even know who she is.
No.
And the only reason I'm alluding to that is I personally think she's not even related to them.
Yeah, exactly. She's just like an imposter. You know, I mean, she just somehow snuck her way into this family. But anyways, when his dad doesn't pick him up the next day from school, Alex walks home and encounters this is him like walking into his house now. He encounters Gladys and his parents at the dinner table. And the two seemingly in a trance, right? So they're comatose.
This is probably one of the more disturbing scenes in the movie.
Here we go again. Another great scene, right? So they're at the dinner table and they're sitting across from each other. And when Alex grows upset at what has happened, see, they don't even talk about it, like what the scene is. Jesus, okay.
Oh,
they don't. They
just showed it on the video.
Yep, dude. Don't we have some good timing?
There's good timing for that.
See, that's his mom too.
He gets home to the dinner scene.
Yep.
Or the dinner table, and mom and dad are in their trance-like state we saw them in earlier in James's part of the movie. They're just sitting at the table staring at each other. Gladys is at the head of the table and tells Alex to take a seat on the opposite end of the table from her. and basically just like lays down the law. Like the whole thing is like she uses, whether it's life force, energy, whatever, chi, juju.
Chi. I think it's chi. It's definitely chi.
She harnesses the chi of others so she can
call it chi from now on,
energize
please.
herself. Okay, we'll call it chi.
That's awesome.
She's harvesting the chi from others so she can give herself life, basically.
It has to
and
be.
that's where it comes around full circle. Things like consumption, the way she dresses. She probably really fucking old. She's probably like over hundreds of years old.
Yeah.
Because of this witchcraft that she uses on people. And she like lays down the law that like she's using his parents as the source of energy. And if if he tells anybody,
she doesn't really. I just want to interrupt you real quickly because they don't really explicitly say that though. She doesn't say that. She doesn't say, "I need your parents for energy."
No,
you know what I mean?
But it's kind of me. It was kind of inferred. I mean, not in that scene, I guess. Once you figure out why she's using it, then it is kind of inferred. I guess.
I remember asking you. I'm like, okay, I think I kind of know what's going on, and you're like, well, I think she's using them for like energy to live. I was like, oh, it's like to live longer. I was like, oh. Then it kind of dawned on me. But go ahead. I'm sorry, but didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's okay. No, that's okay. But like, it's basically threatening, like, if you tell anyone or change anything you're doing or anything like that, this will happen. Yep. And she like rings the bell to give a command, and both of his parents just start stabbing themselves in the face with forks.
You see it real quick, like, right here.
A lot of times.
Right there. But just
probably over 20 times each. And they're just completely emotionless.
Yep.
It's just they're stabbing. Yep. Or in my case, sucking dicks. And they just keep going. So then she stops and basically says, like, do you get it? And it's kind of like a, do you get how fucked you are right now?
All right. And the way she stops, all I'll say is she takes the twig and she like drops it in the water. She's like, and they stop.
There you go. Yeah, and that's important to note. That's a good bring up. That is important to note, that to stop whatever they're doing. Now, granted, they're still under her control.
Yes.
But it stops them from her immediate action, like with the bell. Whatever command she gave him with the bell, it stops that.
Yeah.
So, basically, she then also throws on the caveat, like, you have to feed them soup. Like, you were responsible for keeping them alive. Because, basically, if they're not alive, she's not alive.
Right. He becomes like a slave, pretty much. Yep. Her slave.
To spoon feed his catatonic parents who have now just mutilated each other's faces.
Yep. It's sad. And
that's
that
a
scene,
rough situation for like a 10, 11-year-old.
Yeah, and that scene is like sad too. Like, not to be. It's a movie. It's a great movie. I love it. I know it's a fucking movie, but like as a father, like as a dad, I was like, oh my god. Like I put myself a little bit like picturing myself like, like my daughter or Connor, like me, like just being completely comatose, not being able to control myself, doing something insane like that, and them like trying to stop me because the mom is stabbing herself. He's closer to the dad, and like, I don't mean closer, like he's just physically closer to the dad, and the dad is like doing this, and he runs over to his dad and he tries to grab his arm, and he's like, dad, and he's like, stop, and his dad's just going like this, and he doesn't have the strength to stop him, and it's like I felt like in that scene I was like, oh my god, like I felt like, ugh. It's rough. It's rough. It's a real tough scene, and I really felt terrible. But again, that's the fucking point. Like, that's how that scene should feel. It just puts you in that, that the dread of what Alex is feeling in that moment. So, but yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
So, and you're right. And that was the witch. She was telling him, you have to do what I'm telling you, or you see what I can do. I can fucking destroy them. So, painfully. But yeah,
it was to me that probably was one of the most disturbing scenes in the movie, because of like what you just described, like having to imagine your parents doing something like that and you couldn't stop them, or if you're a parent, like, oh my god, if I had to, it's very disturbing. So then basically it's kind of like a montage of depression for Alex for a couple minutes, where he's just going to school, walking home, spoon feeding his parents, doing stuff that Gladys asks him to do. But then it then shifts a little bit further in time. And mind you, this is technically from the perspective of Alex before the kids have disappeared. because then they pull up on a scene where Alex and her are interacting, and she's weak, and you sort of get the idea that like it's not enough energy not enough chi. She ain't getting enough chi from the parents anymore. It's going to dry up here soon. They're getting weaker. Yes, they're being fed soup, but they're not moving. They're catatonic.
Right.
They're only being fed soup. They're not being fed anything with nutrients in it. So they're still human, and their bodies are shutting down, and so is she because of it. So she then gives Alex a task.
You got it. Here we go.
And that task is to get something that belongs to all of the children in his class.
Yep.
So then she can do the same thing. She doesn't say this, but you understand. So she can do the same thing to the kids that she did to his parents.
Right.
And you have a really good scene where Alex is in the classroom and he's pulling like name tags off of like, because it's an elementary school, right? All the kids have their little cubbies where they put their backpacks or their toys or their books or whatever.
It's cool. He's sitting there at first and he's looking at all the kids and he's kind of thinking like, how am I going to do this? Like, how am I going to get an item from each and every kid without being caught? And he's like looking at all these kids' unique items and he's like, kind of like, how am I going to do this? And it's clever. It's like, as a kid, you're like, how would you do it? You know what I mean? Like, do you steal each item one at a time? Like, do you do this? Like, I'm dumb. Like, that would be me. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to take his... And when do you do it too? So it's pretty clever what he does. But go ahead. I thought it was clever.
No, it is. He basically takes like name tags off of like, because every kid had to make their own personalized name tag for their basket.
And he does that at recess.
So he takes their name tag
during
recess.
Got it.
Yep. Justine actually comes in and doesn't catch him doing it. Like he's in the middle of doing it, but she doesn't understand. And they just have like a random conversation, student teacher, like, oh, if you need help, blah, blah, whatever.
Fuck you, bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fine.
But then
I'm feeding soup to some kid. I'm feeding soup to some old lady. It's fine.
Yeah, that's right. I'm in the soup kitchen. He brings them all back to Gladys, and I don't think anything happens in between when
I don't think
when she decides to do her plan.
She's doing the plan now. You're finding out what's happening.
So she creates the effigies for Chi or whatever she needs and rings the bell. And then it's 2:17, and that's when you start seeing, and this is a creepy scene too, because all the kids start running through the forest to get to the house.
Yeah.
But you see it from different perspectives where you just see like, dude, if I was out in like a rural area where there's a lot of woods and you see like 5 kids just running through the woods, full sprint with their arms out to their side, I'm like,
fuck that.
Nope. I'm leaving. This town ain't for me.
Yeah, this is some sort of TikTok challenge, man.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that didn't happen.
Yeah, no shit. It's kind of funny. I'm surprised that hasn't happened.
But then, like, you see Alex's perspective from the front of the house, and he just looks at the street, and that's when you see just all the kids running up to the house, and it's so creepy. And then he steps to the side, and all the kids just run past him into the house.
And you see, the music is great, and you see it from you see Alex, he's standing by the side of the door, and then you see him look, and he's looking over, and he's looking at the witch, and she's kind of looking at him, and you just see these kids like running into the house, just funneling into the house. It's kind of in slow motion. It's really well done. It's really,
very good.
It's really, and that's when people talk about like the cinematography of weapons, like how well done, like the shots were, like and the way that it uses music and shit. It's just well done. Like it does a lot of that, like a lot of really cool, unique shots and music, and the way it should win a fucking award for that at least. I feel like
it should. Yeah,
it's just
the cinematography in it is excellent.
I thought it was excellent. Yeah. For sure. I remember being a kid and being like, cinematography, I don't know what the fuck that means, but it's just well done. It's just, they did a good job with it. But so anyways, let me see. So, yep, you covered all of that. So now the kids are funneling into the house. That's where we're past that. As the local police begin to investigate the children's disappearance, right? So now you see the kids running in. Now you see it from the perspective of the police. Gladys keeps up appearances to make everything seem normal. She does another ritual. They show this. She has the children rush off into the nearby woods. So that's how she hides the kids, right? She sends them away.
That's how she hides them from the police, who do one investigation and then never touch it again.
So what she does, she sends the kids away. She has Alex clean up the house, and then she puts on all of her makeup and shit, and the officers come to the house. Because, yes, they clearly find the house. But you're absolutely right. They triangulated to where all the kids came. They would never leave her alone. Like, they would make sure they would search this house.
The only reason they were at the house is because Alex was the only survivor.
Yes, he was the only survivor. He was the only one left. So she has the children rush off to the nearby woods and has Alex clean the house when officers come by to inspect the place. She cleans up Alex's father and accompanies him and Alex when the police want to question the boy. So he's catatonic, and she says, I think she says he had a stroke. So he's so distraught with what's happened, and he's very depressed. He's had a stroke. So he's all just like, oh, fuck him. And she's like talking to the police like, I'm here as the aunt to be like their representative, so there's someone here to help them in their time of need. That's her in. Like that's
how she gets away with no one being like, what's with the creepy makeup lady?
Yeah, what's with the exactly, what's with the creepy makeup lady? Yeah, exactly. Sometime later.
And that's just legitimately my biggest plot hole.
Sure.
It's just they wouldn't give up that easily.
No.
They wouldn't go, house is clear, cool. Just because you have the only survivor and the triangulation shows that it's at that house. Like it's in that area. Right. There is something there. There would absolutely be FBI like staked outside the house, just watching, and then they would see a cop go in and drag someone else in, or they would see a teacher snooping around the house, or they would see any number of things if they just scouted the area or did a sting or whatever you call it.
I see what you mean, because it was smart. Like, she sent the kids away, but like you said, they'd find them eventually. Like, and she'd fuck up.
I'm also sorry, but she sends them in the forest.
Sure.
17 kids all at once in a stampede. There's not going to be a footprint trail for that.
Some or even
there's not going to be tracks.
She sent them at night, and again, there's ring cams. She knew exactly where to send them, how to avoid. Okay, if you look too deep, you start finding the holes. This is where we start getting into the
police investigation. Though.
Yeah,
only because that is a gigantic hole.
Yeah, I see.
They're just 17 kids go missing.
Yeah.
It does not become a non-investigation case after 30 days. That's insane. That is insane.
I see what you're saying for sure. It is a little bit of a plot hole for sure.
But that's the only one. It's a great film.
Yeah, it's kind of the only weird blemish.
It's very jarring. And there's no way that would happen.
And they try to explain it, right? They're like, well, they did find the house.
Yeah, there was no kids there.
Right, but
it just
not well
no
enough.
one ever takes once.
And the principal, like, he wasn't taking no once. That's why she came to the house, right? To the principal. She had to go to the principal to kill him because he was going to go, I need to talk to the parents again. I have to do another wellness check. So they were doing another check, but you're right. The FBI, they would have a van there. There'd be a fucking undercover flower van sitting outside that fucking house 24/7, period. They would never stop. Not for 17 fucking kids. You know what I mean? Like, no, that doesn't end. That will never end.
Even as far as like the law enforcement knows,
sure.
Like the dad had a stroke. They do a stakeout on the place. They would notice the mom never left for 30 days.
Where's the mom? Yeah, I know it's weird, but again, it's a movie.
But that is,
it's a plot hole. It's a movie.
It is.
I'm not excusing it. You know what I mean? Like what you're saying.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't
it's
need
a valid
to be excused.
Sure, it's a valid. It's a valid complaint.
It is a plot hole. When you see someone that say it's a perfect film, like. Objectively, no, it isn't because of this plot hole.
Little plot hole.
That's it. That's
okay, so let me see. Alex is also tasked with feeding his classmates soup. Sometime later, Alex returns home.
To everybody.
Yep, to find entranced. Okay, sometime later, Alex returns home to find the entranced Paul and James in the house. Right. Right. So you got Paul and James.
You thought maybe they died, but they have more. She has more servants.
Exactly. They're pretty much they're weapons, aka servants. Exactly. They're there for her to use.
They're her weapons
for energy, or they're to use however she wants them. Bodyguards, weapons. Chi. Yeah, I'm sorry, right. Chi. I'm sorry. You're right, Chi. She's like Landy or whatever. She's there. She's Guan Yu. She's there for the Chi. She's there to
nuts.
Yeah. She's there to fucking just suck their souls dry and that's what she's there to do. And that's why she's so old, right? She just keeps sucking dudes off and getting that life. So that man meat, that special man juice. Let me see. That evening, okay. So now here we go. So now we're going back to Archer and Justine, and they find the house and they're staking it out, and they're sitting outside the house, and they're like,
really quick.
Yeah,
I saw something on the trailer. I wanted to bring up one thing that we didn't talk about.
Sure.
At one point, Gladys sets up Alex's parents outside her bedroom as like bodyguards, and she puts a line of salt in front of them and just tells Alex, "Do not cross the salt."
Yep. And they're just
sorry, I didn't interrupt. I just wanted to cover it because that's kind of important for what we're getting at.
Yep. No, you're absolutely right. And his parents are like standing outside her door, like menacingly. They're just like fucking like.
They're just watchdogs at this point, guard dogs.
And they're guard dogs, and they're just catatonic, but they still look freaky. They look angry, they're just like, and they're just guarding her door. So, and he's like, and he just goes to bed. So then and then it pans to, I think it just when it pans over to what's his name, whoever, the teacher, Justine and Archer. And they're outside the house and they're staking it out. And they're like, man, what do we do? Do we go inside? Like, they're kind of like, what do we do? They're kind of hemming and hawing. All of a sudden, the fucking door opens. Paul walks out, the cop, right?
Yep.
He walks out and he does the weirdest wave. Like he see if I can try to mimic it. It's not human, right?
It's not a human wave.
It's not a human wave. It's like someone being fucking controlled, right? Like he
puppeted.
Puppeted, exactly. Like, well said. He comes out and it's like this. He like walks outside and they're like, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's Paul." And he's like this, like, and it's from a distance. She can't really see his face, but she can tell it's him, and he's waving them in, like, come in, and like he does it twice, and then he turns around and goes back in the house, and they're both like, well, okay,
that was fucking weird, but we should go in.
Exactly, that was fucking weird, but we'll go in. So they go in. So now this is they really recap the events, but I'll try to tell it better. Like, so they go in the house and they're kind of looking around. It's spooky, creepy. They don't know what the fuck is going on. And I think she sees Paul and he sees James, and they're both kind of like staring, and he even gets scared by James. He's like, whoa. And he's like standing there and he's like, what the fuck? Like, this is so weird. And then all of a sudden, they're walking around. They don't see it till it's too late. She crosses a line of salt, and he's like, wait a minute, stop. And then it's like, boom, they just activate. They're like,
instantly activate.
Yep, and they start
screech.
Yep, they screech and they just rush them, and it turns into a fucking like a frenzy, right? They're just fighting.
Paul
back
is
and forth.
attacking Justine, and then James is fighting Archer.
Yep, and they're in. So Paul like gets Justine into the kitchen, and like a kind of crazy scene happens where he's like choking her, and
that's where she belongs.
That's right. It's a crazy scene. He gets her in the kitchen, and she starts making him a sandwich, but it works. He calms down. He calms down, gets it. No,
and then he shoots Gladys, and the movie ends.
Right, exactly. But anyways, he's choking her, and she's looking for something, and she grabs.
I hated this part.
Yeah, she grabs a fucking. Only thing she can reach for is like a peeler.
A potato peeler.
And I'm thinking to myself, if you got a peeler, I get it's gonna hurt if you go, but she goes to peel his face, and she peels like a part of his skin off his face. He doesn't care. He
doesn't react.
No, he's just
doesn't
care.
No grimacing. There's no reaction whatsoever.
Nope. And again,
so
no
she's
blinking.
Like, I'm a double dip, and she does it again. And I was like, oh.
At this point, I'm thinking, why aren't you just kind of like stabbing him with it, trying to hit him with it, like use it as a shiv, kind of break it and use it as a shiv against his
Poke
face.
him in the eye with
Go for the eye, even though it's like not a shiv type weapon,
because he's not going to react to any pain.
It's not going to matter. That's the cool thing about these. Like, they don't care. You can't stop him. And Josh Brolin is fighting the drug addict, and he's like, oh.
This is where another comedic moment comes in.
Yes, it is comedic because what's happening is Josh Brolin is literally throwing him. He's like punching him and throwing him. He's like punching him and throwing him, and he just gets back up.
He gets him to the ground. He gets him to the ground probably 4 or 5 times.
Knocks him out.
Each time you think he's done. He's not making a noise. Yep. He didn't say anything. And then 2 seconds go by and he just stands up and and then he does it again. Then he does it again.
Right.
And he just keeps doing it.
And he's even throwing him at points. It's like a wrestling match. He's like throwing him around the room. And
it was funny, but because it was funny, because it's ludicrous. Yeah, it's so ridiculous.
Right, it's so ridiculous. And Josh Brolin, even his character's like, oh my God. Like,
what the fuck?
Like, this guy won't stay down. Like, because that's what you'd be doing realistically, because they don't look like zombies. They look like people. They're just fucking, like, they just won't stop. And their eyes don't blink too. That's the creepy part. But anyway, so it's a big scuffle. It's like back and forth. What's happening upstairs is it pans back to Alex, and he's slowly walking towards his parents. And you hear downstairs the scuffle. You hear like, they're battling downstairs, and Alex is slowly walking down the hallway, and he tiptoes and he crosses the salt, like just puts his foot over it just to kind of see what's gonna happen. And his parents are like, instant, and then he runs.
It's terrifying. He has to turn and run, and they're chasing him down the hall. It's
instant, right? And he goes into, this is where I'm like, I kind of lose a little track of like how he finds certain things, like how he ends up finding the bowl and all that shit. But maybe you remember it better,
because he basically corralled them. Like, he goes into his room, into a closet, and he's got one of those bathrooms where it's connected to his bedroom and then also the hallway.
That's right. Okay, go ahead.
So he basically like corrals them into his room, where he then goes into the bathroom, gets them in the bathroom, shuts it behind him to go out, and then he goes into Gladys's room, or Gladys's like office or whatever. And that's when he's in her bathroom. He gets the idea where there's something of hers in there, like a lock of hair or something. And he goes into the bathroom and gets a bowl of water.
Where is Gladys? Isn't she sick or something? Where is she at this point?
I think she's sick, but I think she's downstairs, or like about to be, because there is a part where she controls Josh Brolin, Archer.
That's right. I forget about this.
She gets him controlled. And after, that's the thing.
Let's not jump ahead. Though. I think I remember kind of what happens, though, in the order of events. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Because, like, he's getting chased, right, by his parents, and then it blips back downstairs. They're fighting still. She ends up getting, Paul has a gun on him, but he's zombified. He's a cop. He's got his gun in his holster, but he's not like I'm gonna kill you with my gun. They're zombie. Like, they just kill, hands, kill. Exactly. I just want to kill you with my hands. She's getting choked by him. The peeler doesn't work. She gets the gun from his holster and shoots and kills him. And then Josh Brolin's fighting the other guy. And what ends up happening is he knocks him into the basement door. The basement door opens. He gets knocked down. Josh Brolin is kind of still scuffling with the drug dealer. I keep saying drug dealer. I'm sorry. Drug addict. Doug. What was his name? Not Doug. It's not fucking
James.
Doug. James. Thank you. Yep. James. And when Brolin, James got his hand on him, and Brolin's like, and he sees a bunch of kids in the basement. And he's like, he's still in a real intense fight. He can't really react to that, but he sees the kids. And then, like, James is getting the best of him at this point. Like, it's like, it's not looking good. And that's when Justine shows up with the gun and shoots James. And then she's like,
oh, wait, that's right. Because that's when Archer's in the basement looking
You got
at the kids, because he's looking for Matt, and Gladys is down there.
Yep. So you got it. This is where I was like, wait a minute, why isn't Alex running into Gladys? That's where I was confused. So Archer, which is Brolin's character, he goes down in the basement because he obviously sees the kids down there. Justine shoots. Okay, let me rewind it a little bit. Justine shoots James, and now she's kind of panicked. She kind of starts to break down because of everything that's happened, and she goes back to Paul because she cares about Paul and she loves him still, and like she sees him, he's dead. She shot him, and she doesn't understand.
Does she love him? I never got.
Well, she cares. She cares about him.
She cares
for him, and you're right. It's her ex. She cares for him, and she's like, oh my god, she's so sad. She's like breaking down because I can also imagine like, why did he attack me? Like, she has no fucking clue what is going on. She doesn't know there's a witch. She doesn't know, you know what I mean? Neither does Josh Brolin's character. He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. He doesn't know why these people are attacking him. They have no clue. So, but anyways, so she's kind of breaking down. He goes into the basement he's got his light and he's looking through all the kids looking for his son. I can't remember his name, but he's calling his name out. And that's when he sees Gladys and she jumps at him and she grabs his necklace and rips it off real quick. And then it changes back to Justine. And Justine's upstairs, and she's kind of like, oh, well, she's up in the kitchen where they were attacked, and she's near Paul, and she's kind of like upset. And then you just see Josh Brolin's character walking, and he's just walking towards her, and he grabs her, and he starts choking her out, and that she's like, and then
mind you, the whole time that this is all happening, Alex is upstairs, and his parents are like bearing down on him as he's locked in a bathroom.
Yes.
Like beating on the door, and that's where you get the scene where he looks up and she's looking from above him from a door, screeching at him.
It looks awesome.
It's a pretty terrifying image.
Yes, it's a very terrifying image. Again, it's the cinematography, it's the shot, it's the face. It looks creepy. It's well done. So you're right, and it's kind of going back and forth between the two perspectives, right? It's going between Josh Brolin and Justine, and it's going between Alex and his parents trying to kill him. They are dead set. Once you cross that salt, and here's the thing, you can't cross the salt and uncross the salt. And they're like, hey, we're good. Never mind. It's like once you cross, they're coming after you. It's over with. You don't know how to stop them. So they're trying to kill him. And you're right. So what you were talking about before, he finds the thing, the twig, and Gladys is downstairs, right? And
she doesn't know what's going on.
You got it. So Brolin's character is now trying to kill Justine. He's got her in a chokehold. He's got her in a chokehold, and he's choking her out.
Now, mind you, Justine can apparently hold her breath for a very long time.
I know, it's kind of plot armor type shit, right? He's choking the fuck out of her. It's kind of plot armor. You think he would have killed her pretty fast, but whatever.
I mean, at least would have passed out by now. But
I know, and then started slamming her head, and she'd have been dead. But anyway, plot armor, But so she's choking her out, and what ends up happening is Gladys shows up, and she's literally watching him choke her out, and she's like, I can't remember, she's like, like Mr. Burns kind of.
She's kind of like egging her on and monologuing, yeah.
Excellent. I can't remember exactly what she's like, good. She's Palpatine, It's like, good. But anyways, at that point, though, Alex is upstairs, and he is like, his parents are coming after him, and he finds the twig. He
paid attention to what Gladys does.
You got it. He paid attention. He found the twig, and he does a ritual. How does he get all the kids? What does he get from them? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how does he get them to turn on her?
He doesn't have to get. They're already under her control.
Yes.
So all he has to do is get an item of hers.
Okay.
Wrap it around the branch or whatever that already they have, because they have.
He never
kids.
Did he ring the bell? I don't remember him ringing the bell.
I don't remember if he rang the bell. I think he snapped the stick.
Yeah, he snapped the stick, and that's what activated
and because
him.
It was his blood, they just.
Oh, maybe that's why. Because it's his blood.
Maybe that's it. Because he pricked his finger and he had to do something. We don't really. I'd have to see it again to fully understand.
Me too.
What happened?
But
basically, go ahead.
No. But what I was going to say is, you're right. I'd have to see it again to kind of get it, because this is where so many things are happening, and you're just like, whoa, this is intense. Holy shit. So, and obviously, this is the climax, the end of the movie. So he pricks his finger. He's doing the ritual. You're like, okay, what exactly is going to happen here? Like, I'm a little confused, but I get he's doing something. He's got a plan. So he's doing it, and he snaps the twig. And then all of a sudden, it pans This is to
the
me.
Kids wake up.
This is the coolest fucking ending, and I love how they shot it, and I love how they do it. So, anyways, he snaps the twig, and then it goes back down to Brolin. He's choking the shit out of Justine. The witch is, good, and all of a sudden you just hear. You're like, what the fuck? Oh my god. That's footsteps. All the kids are running, and the witch just goes.
Mind you, the witch knows what's happening. Like, as soon as she hears the footsteps, she goes, "Oh no," because she knows she about to get fucked. So she starts booking it.
It's and so fucking good. I'm sorry.
The stampede of children.
She's like, yes, it's this really dark, yes, and then all of a sudden, oh no. It's so good, and you're right. The kids just.
And Benny Hill music should have kicked on.
Yeah, but see, Fluff told me, he's like, oh, I don't know about the ending. I didn't like it, and I'm like, dude, I liked the ending. I liked it. I fucking loved the ending. I loved how ridiculous it was. It was meant to be. The kids are now weapons, zeroing in after the witch. Right? They're getting their revenge, and they're just trying. And it's not like they're knowingly. But it's still
they're still under a mind control of some sort.
But it's still the poetic justice, right? The witch's spell turned against her. You know what I mean?
People who don't like the ending, like, think about it realistically. If you're the witch, your two options are stay there and die and take it, or try to run and live.
Right.
Well, anyone in that scenario is going to try to run and live.
Run.
It's not her fault that everything else looks ridiculous.
No, but that's the point. Like, it was over the top. It was so funny. I loved how they did it. I guess great. they could have filmed it in a different way. I think the kids could have caught her right away. But to me, it's just funny that.
No, I like this ending.
I loved it.
What it did, because yes, it was light, but it was still like, it was a fun ending. It's a fun way to end the movie.
Yeah, it was intense. It was.
And like, if you've ever seen Jumanji? Yeah. The old one, not the new ones. So when the stampede comes up and they just barrel through a house.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's what the kids are. The witch runs, and then she goes into people's like back patios, into their back door, whatever. And then the kids who are chasing her, it's like, that's a small door. Only 3 of us are going to fit. Okay, the other 6, we're going through the window. Yep. And they just full send through the window, through screen doors, through screen walls, through thin walls. They just Kool-Aid man fucking everything.
Oh, yeah. You see it in the trailer real quick, where you see all the kids like busting through a bunch of windows in the house. You just see it for a second. That is the ending. They are chasing the witch. They don't care. They will go through windows, doors, and at one point, the camera, like, POV goes behind like this little girl in like pink pajamas, and I was like nudging you the whole time.
Alpha.
She's the alpha. I'm like, bro, this is the Punisher. Like, she's just fucking.
It's literally like one of those camera angles like in a zombie movie when they want to show you the perspective from a zombie.
Yes.
And it's like keeping up with them while they're running. That's what it was. So like, this one girl was not about to be shaken by anything in her way.
And you called it.
It was. Go ahead. What did I call?
You called it because she was running through a door, and the witch like went through a door, and you're like, watch, this little girl isn't gonna go through the door. She's gonna go right through the window. And she went right through the window, and she hit her off. Like, that's how she caught her, because she didn't go like around. She caught her. She went through like a little shortcut right through the window, and that's how she ends up catching the witch. But yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. We were talking about it like either at the beginning of the podcast or off pod, but that's like the comedic part of the scene.
Sure.
Is when you get the perspectives from like the neighbors, because they're not running through the forest.
No.
They aren't running through a secluded area. They're running through like a suburban, like
suburbs,
city, suburbs, whatever, where like houses are only 20 feet from each other, 25 feet from each other. So you get like this guy who's mowing his lawn out front. Then you hear the witch like, get away. And you see from his, like, she goes behind one house, runs across to the other house. And then you just see the stampede of kids just chasing after her.
It's done.
It's just so ludicrous.
Yeah, it's done as like the old school kind of like Looney Tunes kind of comics, shows would used to do. Like, guy he's mowing his yard. Just like you said it. The witch. He looks over. He sees the old lady running. Okay, that was weird. Goes back to mowing the yard. For whatever reason, stops, looks again, sees all the kids. Ah! All the kids are just running. Ah! And he's just like what the fuck is going on?
It was very funny. And it's also... It's very jarring.
Yes.
Were you going to say something that wasn't the direct ending, or were you talking about the direct ending?
No, there's another quick scene where she's running through a house, remember? And she's like,
yep.
And then like there's a family, and they're like, who the fuck was that? Like, why is this old lady running through a house? And then all of a sudden, like 5 seconds later, the kid just
a stampede of kids.
Right, and the family
destroy it.
Right, and they're just like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? It's just hilarious. But yeah, go ahead.
It's very weird.
Yeah, it's...
And the ending, like, basically what happens, and this is the jarring part, is like, the witch runs out of the house, and then the lead alpha girl jumps through the window and tackles her and gets her to the ground. And so then all the kids start, like, piling on her. Mm-hmm. And in my head, I'm like, okay, yeah, they're just going to beat the piss out of her, or maybe they'll tear her apart, but not in, like... really a visceral way, you know what I mean? But like she's gonna die.
Yeah.
But then you see what the kids are actually doing, and oh my god.
Yeah.
Like they literally like rip her jaw from her face. If you've ever seen Upgrade, did you ever see Upgrade?
Oh, I love Upgrade. Great
Remember
movie.
the fight scene where he takes the knife in between the dude's mouth and like his skull, like
Yep.
They do that with their bare little baby fingers and pull her jaw open.
They tear her apart.
They rip into her guts and start pulling out organs and everything. And it's, again, you just have to like look at it from the perspective of like, if you're one of those neighbors, you just watched like 17 kids completely eviscerate an old lady.
That's why I loved the ending so much. It was fucking insane. Like, if you know,
and like nobody's going to believe that.
Right.
Nobody is going to believe that.
Yeah. It's completely, how do you explain that? Like, you know what it is as the viewer, you know what's going on, but right, as the guy mowing his yard or the fucking guy, poor bastard whose lawn that is, like, Jesus Christ, Nancy, what the fuck is going on in the front yard? And there's like all these kids are just like, yeah, Sasuke, and they're fucking ripping some old lady apart, like.
Mind you, after she's dead, I think...
Yeah,
it's broken. Yeah, right.
Because yes, it's
okay.
panning. Go ahead.
No. You first.
No, I was just gonna say it's panning back to Alex, right? And his parents are gonna get him. Like it is, and that's when the kids tear him apart. It's a really cool moment, and you nailed it. You even said like when they finally go back to Alex, his parents got to him, but they're holding him. Like they're holding him. They're holding him. Like, but
the spell broke.
The spell broke. They're still catatonic. Like they're pretty fucked, but they're not. Yeah,
we'll get into that. Like I guess right at the end.
Yeah.
I did just now, like while we were talking about this, I thought about another plot hole.
Yeah, hit me. Oh, here we go.
So everyone that Gladys, you know, whatever, the instant she died, you know, the trance broke, right?
Yep, you got it.
How are the kids broken from the trance? She wasn't the last one to put them on a trance or give them a command. Alex was.
Oh, so you think like, so you think Alex have to die?
Because he used his blood for the thing? Like, that's the thing. Is
he's the witch, technically, his blood, you know what I mean?
So then they would follow his command.
Oh, that's a good point.
Otherwise,
how did she
like,
die?
And again, maybe that's just a nitpick. Maybe it's like, she's the one who started it, so she died and it broke. But in my head, now that I'm thinking about it, he started the whole ritual again.
True.
With using his blood. So shouldn't they still be in a trance?
So do you think like shouldn't his parents still be trying to kill him? Is what you're trying to say?
No. Because she put the thing on them. That's why Archer broke as soon as she died because she put the trance on him.
Okay, that makes sense.
But the kids technically had another thing, and maybe that is why it broke because she initially put them in the trance. So. Never mind, they're fine now. That's totally cool. But I do think because he went through the whole ritual of pricking the finger, breaking the stick, or ringing the bell, or whatever, technically they should still be in a trance from him.
So once they kill her, shouldn't they just be, like, what do you think? Should they just be, they were just kind of standing there. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the voiceover at the end and the the voiceover at the end said some of them were regaining the ability to talk.
True. So maybe like, okay, in your and maybe in your theory, like in your world, that's true. Maybe they still were in a trance, but Alex isn't evil or a witch. You know what I mean? He wouldn't do anything.
He's not evil.
More.
But if you put a password on something and walk away, it still has a password, even if you don't put it in.
Right. So you're
like,
right.
They should still be catatonic, right?
You're almost saying they shouldn't heal from it. That's only if that works
the way I said it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe the rule is she's dead. She did the initial one.
True, and
so
it's over.
They're fine.
And now they're starting to heal.
Could be it.
Sure.
That 100% could be what
That's
it is.
what I think it
but
is.
Just in my mind, now it's kind of like, wait a minute.
No, you're right.
He restarted the whole ritual, not putting him in a trance, but...
That's a good question, and that would have been kind of a cool little bittersweet ending. Because I'm like, oh, it's over with, she's dead. But then what if they're like, no, the kid's never really, we don't know why. And then it pans back to Alex, and Alex is like, oh, because he's just living
his life. He doesn't know.
Exactly. He did the ritual. And you're right. He's just living his life. He doesn't know. And then maybe one of the kids is like at school and it's like staring at Alex or something like, you command me type of thing, you know? That'd be kind of a cool little thing.
That'd be kind of neat.
And then the movie has. But I see.
It's not a big plot hole,
True.
But it's a little bit of like a plot contrivance where I just like,
I never thought of that.
Maybe. I just thought of it now. I was like, wait a minute.
That is kind of like that's a good way to put it. A plot contrivance. It's kind of like not quite a plot hole, but it's a question. It's something that we should, that's a good question. I like that. But yeah, so now we're at the end. You hear that same voiceover from the little girl in the beginning. A closing voiceover tells that Alex's parents. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
This is the sad part. Yeah.
Let's revert back real quick. So the kids tear the witch apart, right? Archer gets his back, lets Justine go, and then he's like, oh fuck, I'm going to get my son. Like that's his singular focus now, right? Like I know the kids, where are the kids? I think he runs back downstairs, they're gone, and then he kind of like follows the trail of where they ran. Like he's seeing like all the destruction in the wake and he kind of follows it, and that's where he finds his son around the witch, and he's like, oh my god, I found you. And then that's when the movie kind of ends.
The voiceover.
And then that's when the voiceover, he picks his son up and he's carrying him, and there's a voiceover. And
mind you, the son is a blank stare. It's a 1,000-yard stare.
It is a 1,000-yard stare. And a cool little Easter egg was the son, and we didn't say this because it's a little moment. He's kind of a bully. Yeah. He's kind of a little bully, like in school. Like he bullies Alex. Like he kicks something at Alex, and then he at one point throws something at him and hits him in the face with it too. So his Archer's son is kind of like a dick.
You kind of assume he gets that way because Archer didn't put a lot of care into his son until this happened.
There you go.
And now you're like, oh,
and
okay.
the truth shall
that would
set
explain
you free.
Why he's a bully, because he wasn't a very attentive dad, but this whole thing made him more attentive.
You got it. Because when he has that dream, there you go. I wish I would have told you I loved you. Like I wish I would have been there more for you. And you could tell he's just like a workaholic dad, right? He has his own construction business. He's probably just going all the fucking time, and he's probably not. He's cold probably to him, Like hey, son, how's it going? And this was a wake. Sometimes it happened. Unfortunately, it's terrible, but sometimes that can happen to parents. Like a tragedy happens, and they're like, oh my god, like I wish I just would have been a little bit more around or something, But you can relate to that. Sure.
Archer's character was redeemed, unlike Justine.
Yeah, Justine survived, and she just kept drinking alcohol. Yeah. And she became the Silver Surfer or something, dude. I don't know. So. But that was Weapons. I loved it, man. I thought it was really good.
It was a very good movie. It was very good. The voiceover at the end of the movie basically just said, I guess I spoiled this at the beginning.
No, go ahead. Hit us.
This
is all spoilers. Fuck them.
Basically, Alex's parents never really recovered from their catatonia because they were under the spell. I mean, she didn't say this, but you're basically left to infer that the people who were under the trance the longest are the ones affected the most.
Yep.
That's why you have like Archer, who was under her spell for maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah.
As soon as she died, he's like, oh,
and he's pretty much good.
Cool. I'm fine. I'm going back to it. And then at the end, the voiceover says some of the kids are even starting to get their voices back. They're starting to talk. They were under it for a really long time, but not as long as Alex's parents, who never recovered.
Yeah. Yeah, they never recovered. That's a sad thing. So that's
a bummer.
it's like that bittersweet ending, you know. It's got a good ending. The kids are recovered, they're saved, but yeah, and some of them are gonna, you know, heal, but some of them may not. And his parents, obviously, like you just said, the longer you were in the spell, it seems it doesn't explicitly say it, but it just seems that way. That it makes kind of most sense. So, and that's what I mean.
They were
with
the
a good
first ones we
story,
saw under the trance. So
right, with a good story, and with good acting, good plot, good story, good writing, you just don't need to explain every fucking thing. There's going to be people that are probably bothered. Why didn't they say this? Blah, blah, blah. Well, what about the witch? Why was she so old? Was she from the Salem witch trials? Blah, blah. Like, you don't need to know everything. She doesn't even say, I'm a witch from here. Doesn't even say it. The reason why I know she's a witch, because he put witch on her card. That's a little Easter egg. And then she talks about consumption. She does a spell. She breaks a twig. You know what I mean? She does witchy things. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, at the beginning of the movie when they show the title weapons and there's that weird symbol in the O.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, I didn't.
Apparently, that's a witch symbol.
I didn't know that. See, there you go. Then she's a witch. Clearly, she's a witch. But again, the movie does a good job. It doesn't explicitly fucking tell you it. You know what I mean? It's just if you have somewhat half a brain, you put two and two together. So, but. That's what I liked about it. I liked the mystery. I liked the twist. I liked the shots. I liked the music. They had remember that creepy they had a real creepy like tone that they liked to play. Yeah. That was like, all right, that's creepy. This is giving me goosebumps.
The sound design in the movie was really good.
It reminded me of games like Resident Evil, Dead Space, you know, great horror thrillers, great horror games. Dead Space. I'm an engineer. But yeah, it just reminded me of like you know, like when everything coalesces, right? Everything is working well. That's what you get. That's why I love this movie, and that's why I love
it's a great movie.
Those games, right? That's why we love those movies, those games. That's why we love, like, you know, The Shining and all that crap. Those top tier horror movies, because they just nail everything. So,
I do feel like survival horror movies, horror thrillers, survival horror video games, they do often tell like the best story. Well, that's a double-edged sword, because then you get the campy ones that tell terrible stories. But when you get the really good ones like Hereditary, Midsummer,
Hereditary, such a great
tell really good stories.
Yep.
And then like games, you know, except, you know, Resident Evil is a little confusing. It's still a really good story.
Sure. No, you're right. Like, I love. Oh God, we could talk about Hereditary, but like, that's what I liked. And Fluff was like, God, I hated Hereditary, and that's what I mean. It is a juxtaposition. People can love it or hate it, because it's slow moving. You don't know what's happening. And that's what I like. It's a mystery. You don't quite get it, and then the ending is completely terrifying. It's like, holy shit, what is going on? And I think like Zach Krager reminds me of that director, Ari. I can't remember his name. But Ari Schaefer or something, the guy that directed
Ari Aster.
Ari Aster, you got it. Thank you. That directed Midsummer and Hereditary. Like, he's just good at these moments, these tense moments, these moments of like anxiety. You don't know what's gonna happen, and then the payoff was, to me, well worth it. It was cool.
Yeah.
And Zach Krager's movie before this, Barbarian, I thought was really good too. You know, and again, you can go through it and you can find plot holes and you can find cliches and you can go, well, this could be done better, blah, 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 blah. And that's fine. I'm not saying it doesn't deserve to be critiqued. Everything does. That's fine. But ultimately, I left the movie like theater. I left the movie fucking like, this was awesome. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. Ratings, fuck ratings. Like, I do rate things, sure, but I don't care. Was I entertained?
It's just
Did I have a great time?
Things, but it doesn't mean
it is.
anything.
It is for sure. But you're right. It doesn't mean anything. To me, it was a great movie. I'd highly recommend it. It's a type of movie that like I'll watch again. And I even was talking about it with Boots, and she hates horror movies. She doesn't want nothing to do with them. But I'm like, this might not be a movie that you could watch, but it's so good. Like the story, the intrigue, the mystery. There's more to it. It didn't really do
the tropey like horror things that a lot of like, you know, like Conjuring, and I've never seen one, but I have seen recaps of them.
Sure.
Where it's just shitty, cheap jump scares.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I gotta be honest, I don't think there was one jump scare in the movie that I was like, fuck that. There was like 2 or 3, and all of them were earned.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. They're more like, right, when she looks through and the parents are just there. But it wasn't like they just lunged at her.
Yeah,
You know
and
what I
it
mean?
didn't just go like bang when it happened
Yeah.
either. Like it showed them, and then it cut to her face and showed her reaction of like, oh, and like that's all you need. That's the
Right.
jump scare enough.
Exactly. Where movies, right? I feel like good directors are starting to finally peel back on that shit. You know what I mean? Like starting to finally like, let's get
Yeah,
you
I hate the
through.
audio sting.
I agree. Yeah, the bang, but I feel like let's be more psychological. Let's get to the things that really fucking creep you out. That's where these type of movies I'm starting to enjoy more and more. So, but yeah, dude, we are like almost 3.5 hours in.
Oh my God, this was
Yeah,
supposed to be like an
it's
hour
like,
and a half.
I know it's went way
We just
too
got
long.
talking about it. It was fun.
I know. No, it was fun, but
We'll wrap it up there.
yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. But
We'll wrap it up. That is our podcast discussion for weapons.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you've gone this long, it's just a great movie. I definitely recommend going to see it. But yeah,
it's absolutely worth it. If you guys have already seen it, we're going to do that shameless plug thing. If you guys have your own opinions about it, let us know down in the comments.
Yeah, hell yeah, please.
Maybe drop a like.
Please, it helps us. I know you're sick of hearing it, but it does help us.
It's weird on YouTube to say subscribe because on Twitch that means pay money.
No,
but on YouTube it's not money. Like, don't pay money.
No.
Do the follow or subscribe if you decided to listen to us.
Yes, helps us.
But yeah, if there's other movies you want us to talk about, let us know. Either just reach out to us in our Discord or you can comment in the comments below.
We're going to definitely do Bone Temple when that comes out in January.
Yeah, Bone Temple's great. I mean, I'm sure I'll watch the trailer and maybe we can do a little 10-minute on the trailer.
And obviously, like our next pod we get together, we'll have a good normal pod, a normal show.
Sometimes the podcast just one thing to talk about the whole time is cool.
Yeah, hell yeah, man, it's fun, and we cover everything. Gaming, movies, all that shit. So, but but next time, God, I've been playing PoE 2 right now. I can't believe how hooked I'm into it right now. Ugh.
Yeah,
so good. Path of Exile too, for people that don't. I mean, most people know, but they did their
nobody knows. That's a game nobody cares about.
Yeah, I know. Well, you hear PoE, and I mix it. I think of that, and there's another game I always mix PoE up with.
Pillars of Eternity.
Thank you, Pillars of Eternity, and it's like.
Oh, you actually did? I was just joking. I didn't know a lot of people knew what Pillars of Eternity was.
I know, because that was an Obsidian. That's a little more of a.
It's just like a Baldur's Gate, right?
Yes.
But it's.
Yeah, it's way different. A little bit different.
I picked one up at a Walmart for $4 on clearance. I tried it for an hour and I was like, nope, not for me.
No, I'm not a Pillars guy. I've heard they're good games, but it's not for me either. But PoE 2, I was like, there's not really a class here I think I'm going to like, I'm waiting for the Duelist, so that's like the melee sword class, and it's not in the game yet. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I tried the Mercenary. It's the only class that I look like, oh, I'll try it. And I'm actually having a fucking blast. Like, he uses a crossbow. He kind of reminds me of the Demon Hunter from Diablo, where it's just like a gun game now. You're just mowing things down. Your crossbow is an assault rifle. It's a shotgun. You throw grenades. So I'm just rolling around. It just feels like a over-the-top third-person shooter. It's
like a twin-stick shooter. That's cool.
Like a twin-stick shooter. Exactly. That's what it feels like. And the Mercenary is a lot of fun. So I'm having fun with it. And I'm not normally a ranged class guy. I'm melee. Like, give me the sword. I want to get in there. But the warrior in I'm fucking saying Pillars. The warrior in Path of Exile, he uses hammers and maces. And I'm like, that shit's gay. Like, I'm not a hammer and mace guy.
What? Oh,
he uses,
hammer and maces.
Yeah, you can't, there's no swords. There's no class that uses swords. So it's a little disappointing. But there will be. It's in the form of a duelist. So, but anyways, that's the podcast. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. It's fucking awesome. Had a great discussion.
Love you guys.
Great time. Yeah, love you guys. You already said it, but following, sub, it really fucking helps. Leaving a comment, it really fucking helps. We will like them. We will pay attention to the comments. We will help people in any way to spread if you help us. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know you hear it ad nauseum. I hear it ad nauseum. We all watch YouTube Shorts. Otis, I see your face. I'm gonna slap the fuck out of you. We hear it. we see it in YouTube Shorts. We just scroll past. We don't. So greatly appreciate if you could help us out. We're trying to put more content out there. We're trying to do more shorts and shit like that. We're trying to spread a little bit. So, but thank you. Thanks for listening. Otis, do you have anything you want to say before we go?
I have to fart.
Do it. Fart right into the mic, please. Just let it go, bro. White Castle fart right into it, and I want to smell it.
Oh,
we get smell-o-vision.
I did the lean, and it did the little like.
Yeah, you leaned it out, so it puffed it out. I want smell-o-vision, so I could smell it. Oh, like the South Park thing. Waft it up. Waft it up.
Very good.
Creamy with a hint of corn. All right. Good night.
Love you guys.
I love you guys. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.